Alright, hopefully this is working. Hopefully. Possibly? Maybe. I guess. Check the voice. It's got the right microphone. Alright, hopefully this is working. Yeah, let's go. Alright. Two things. One, why is everyone saying ew? Fuck you. Fuck you and your ew. I'm great. And follow up, I'm sorry. I got a little hostile there. When the next Panzer model stream? Probably tomorrow. I don't know, man. Doing my best. For Poland, hey chat, hey human boy. What for Poland? Emotes, squeak. Love to see it. What are we doing today? For anybody who got it. What are we doing today? For anybody who doesn't know what the hell's going on, let me take you over there. All right, you're already over there. Boom, boom, boom. We're doing replay bingo. I keep casting replays until I get a bingo on this here card. Anything I get from the bingo squares is removed for the next time, replaced by something new, and anything I didn't get stays here. I honestly think some of these squares are still here from bingo number 1 because they just haven't happened. And with most things bingo, after I review a replay, I can go through... Whoopsies. What did I just do? Don't do that. Undo that. Undo reset translator. Great. There, that one. All right. Yes, as with normal bingo, I start with the middle one. So Human Boy is handsome. That is just factually true, and I start with that. Boom. After every replay, I'll check back with this thing and see if I got anything. Otherwise, we'll keep casting until I am dead. Good? Good. Good. Lovely. Perfect. When did the Cav beta end? I don't know. I don't know, but oh, people have asked me about this a million times. So, Cav beta. There are a bunch of replays from before the Cav beta. Though, I have said this before and I'll say it again. The Cav beta seems to, fingers crossed, because as soon as I say this, a lot of you are going to get fucked up. But I've watched like 5 replays from the Cav beta on the live. And since the live is just the Cav beta, nothing has changed, I think. And therefore, all the replays happen as they should. And therefore, there are no errors. I think. So I still have the replays from the Cav beta. And so far, they've worked. So far. Also, I haven't watched too many of these replays. So the bingo card was made up of things that infrequently happen. I suppose I could show you that again. Things that infrequently happen but can happen. Mages get 3,000 value. I mean, like, Archaon's technically a mage, so that's fine. A mirror match. Aranis Assault Spite shows up. Queen Bess. Like, they're things that don't happen every game, but they're not impossible either, because otherwise I'd be here all day. Right, let's get into this. So I'm going to scroll to the bottom and start with some of the older ones because, you know, whoever sent me this has been waiting for a while to see it, so hopefully I'll do that one first. So, close. Team King Skaven is my own replay, so I can skip that for now. We have Y. PE, Pathetic Enterprise. I believe that's Cyrus. It is really hard to tell. It's Cyrus or Neckbet. The PE guys changed their names a lot. Versus Undead 7260. Okay. All right, we'll get into it. Stay DPRK would be good as well. When did Cav beta end? I don't know. Lies again. In this bingo should be Torok solo enemy army. Yeah, I wanted things that are unlikely, sir. All right. For the Bretonnians of Cyrus. All right, it is Cyrus. He's confirmed that in the chat. We have questing knights, knights of the realm, peasant mobs, men at arms, some peasant bowmen, mixed fire arrows, regular pox arrows, men at arms, peasant mob, Grail guardians, Fey enchantress, double paladin, and questing knights. Ooh, Fey. 2 Mortis engines in 1 game. Yes, already got one of the bingos. Yeah, let's go. The Y was how could I play this badly? Oh, okay. So the tire pack's closing in so far. The peasant bowmen have teed off onto the Mortis engine, getting some good value in there, but these ones are overextending a little bit and getting nice and close together. If there is a White King nearby, he could Scapt Great a whole lot of archers. Who is messaging me right now? I'm in the middle of something. What do you want? It's Cyrus. Various trolling, which is fine. All right. There's a flank coming in. Some Blood Knights get a charge onto the Questing Knights, and the Dire Pack are running rampant and potentially going to get on top of Peasant Bowmen. It looks like some Questing Knights are coming back, but are they coming back for the dogs? Or are they just coming back in general? Bowmen are doing some decent damage to the Mortis engine, but they might be in for a bad time as this blob of Knights and Grail Guardians is losing to some Blood Knights for the moment, and dogs are going to rout off Peasant Bowmen. So they're getting recharged by Questing Knights, they'll probably get taken out very quickly, and that's maybe not even worth it. The Dire Pack are decently expensive. 650 isn't something you just throw away. Krell has been summoned. He's going to go after Paladins. The Fey Enchantress charges back, applying her Mortis engine to a lot of units over here. Though Krell isolating the Paladins, he will usually get a lot of good value in. Dwellers comes over here, gets both Blood Knights, but it's also hitting the Grail Guardians and Questing Knights, it looks like. And with the Mortis engine hitting them... Oh, Invocation of Heck coming. Alright, so both sides are just getting a ton of healing. This is a big just clusterfuck. Clusterfuck of expensive dying units. Some Peasant Bowmen are still trying to fire. It looks like they're kind of firing at Krell. 2 Paladins are fighting Krell, but they're also in a whole bunch of zombies and skeleton warriors. They will be trying to pull out of there. Peasant Bowmen are again firing at the Mortis engine, which has been healed up at this point, but takes a lot of damage. Ooh, boy. Peasant Bowmen really fuck him up, huh? Blood Knights are hanging on to life, just barely. Kemmler and the Mortis engine give different AoE healing effects, so they actually heal quite a lot when they're in combat next to those two. So it looks like the Blood Knights might be coming back. Peasant Bowman still firing. Bretonnia a little behind on the balance of power, but honestly it's going okay. But one of the Paladins getting routed off is pretty bad. Mortis engine is heal capped and still taking a lot of damage and crumbling. And Kemmler is getting worked on by all these Knights and the Fey Enchantress and the Paladins piling in here. Very, very nice stuff there. Blood Knights are both still in this game. They're hanging in there. I don't know why they're not healing up much. Mortis engine's dead. Kemmler is very surrounded and crumbling. He is even potentially going to die. Negative 38 leadership still crumbling down. Archer's firing in on these Blood Knights. Paladin's going to try to finish off Kemmler. There's still a lot of elite Knights on the field. Now the Bretonnians are ahead in the balance of power. Paladin's running off, and Krell will eventually disintegrate. With Kemmler dead and Krell disintegrating, I think the Vampire Counts are in a pretty bad spot here. What do they have left? Sternsmen, Skeleton Warriors, Zombies, etc. 1 unit of Blood Knights with no healing left on the field. Blood Knights are going to charge in, hit these Peasant Bowmen, kill them. Okay, Krell charges in and attacks Paladin. Cyrus, are you sure you lost this? Hey, Crocy. Have fun with my crappy replay. We'll see. Graveguard, I guess there are Graveguard with great weapons, and the Sternsmen. But it did... Blood Knights, I mean, what's going to kill the Fae at this point? What's going to kill all these Knights at this point? Knights of the Lionhearted charging in, crumping down some Gits. Fey Enchantress, Paladin, fighting Krell. I mean, they could just leave Krell, let him crumble away. Archers are rallying. I mean, Cyrus in the chat's saying Bretonnia loses this. I'm confused. Troll in the dungeon! Uh-oh. Cyrus, what is this game you keep sending me in DMs? Alright, Graveguard, great weapons. Cornerstone Stalker is all fighting. Paladins are back. Fey Enchantress is full health. Krell has disappeared. Balance power is quite against the Vampire Counts at this point. Bowmen are shooting in. Bowmen are shooting in. Crumble, crumble, and I'll die. Somehow I won, which makes it weirder. I think you played fine. There was a fuck up at the start where you didn't notice those Knights coming in on your side. But overall, you did fine. Alright. Frontline did okay. Bowman got mixed values, but they shot the Mortis engine. Kind of surprised they didn't get more. Oh, there's the value. That guy definitely shot the Mortis engine. Grail Guardians did fine. Questing Knights did okay. Knights of the Lionheart did okay. Kemmler only got 200 value. Mortis engine got 900. Blood Knights got 900 and 1400. Sternsmen, Graveguard, great weapons. Nah. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, letting them into your backline like that was pretty tough, but other than that, you played fine. More of the infantry just blobbed. Yeah, you did have a lot of blobbed up infantry, but so did the other guy. Alright. Y is gone. Question the rats. Yes, this is the North Korean dating sim you keep sending me. You troll. Alright, Photoshop, what do we got? What do we got? I want a cooler color than gray. Let's get red. Two Mortis engine effects in one game. All right. I guess which army wins is up there? I probably should be guessing more often then. VC take no White King. I didn't see a White King in there. I thought it was just Kemmler. Boom. We're already crushing it. I think that's it. Back to the replays. And nuts. Bob Tresh versus Energized. Okay. Lizardmen, Wood Elves. This is a pretty even matchup most days. There was no Scab Scrath. There was no White Kings. So yeah, I think that was a build mistake, because otherwise you should have been able to punish your blobs more. Alrighty, so for Bob Tresh on the... He's a Lizardman main, so it's kind of funny to see him on the other side. 5 Dryads. Glade Guard, Hagbane Tips, Starfire Shafts, Hagbane Tips, so good mix. Eternal Guard with Shields. 2 Great Stag Knights. No, a Great Stag Knight, a Glade Rider, Lost Sylvan Knights in the woods. And that does appear to be it, with more Glade Riders on this side. And we have a Spellweaver of Life with Dwellers Below and Earthblood. On the other side, we have Oxyotl, some Chameleon Skinks, Skink Cohorts with Javelins, Saurus Spears and Warriors. Then we have an Ancient Salamander of Still Solar Engine, the Legion of Chakwa, and a Skink Priest of Heavens. Interesting. See, Saurus are having a bad time, getting shot by Glade Guard. Great Stag Knights, don't know where they're going just yet. Looks like they don't want to be poked by Chameleon Skinks, so they're going to pull away. Cav on the far side is rallying around. I wonder if they'll rear charge some of these Saurus and get good damage value in there. Great Stag Knights do decide to turn, get on top of the Skink Cohorts with Javelins, though they might take some serious damage. One Saurus Warrior is almost dead. The other Saurus Warrior is almost dead. The other 3 are doing okay, except a rear charge from the Lost Sylvan Knights is going to do a lot of damage to these guys. Meanwhile, a Wind Blast takes out some Eternal Guard with Spears. Glade Riders are taking out Skink Cohorts. Great Stag Knights are charging on the back. I mean, this looks pretty bad for Lizards right away. Then again, the Wood Elves... I mean, the Saurus are beating up the Dryads whenever they're not being fucked with, which is pretty good. Oxyotl's around here. Spellweaver of Life is a little squishy if Oxyotl can keep shooting her. Salamander is going to fire. Oh, wow, that does a lot of damage. That does a disproportionate amount of damage. It doesn't look like it even hit that many models, but it does like a third of their health. Great Stag Knights, looks like they're slowly getting whittled down by something. I don't know what's doing all that damage to them, but it's apparently doing great. Glade Guards doing well. Great Stag Knights charging into the side. Spellweaver... just trying to route some things, which is okay. But now the Wood Elves are having a bit of a problem that their archers are still very healthy, but they're also having to run more than shoot. And that is bad. Lizardmen are actually slightly ahead on the balance of power after... I still think the Wood Elves did great trading into them. And a Dwellers Below coming in onto 2 Chameleon Skinks. I mean, I guess they are expensive enough units, and they're doing a lot of damage because they're sitting on top of that. Doesn't look like Energized has noticed yet that's happening. It's not usually something you're used to looking out for, so I kind of get it. Ooh, and this Ancient Salamander getting caught in Great Stag Knights. They are going to slaughter that fool. 95 armor doesn't mean anything against the heavy armor piercing of that Cav. They'll get a lot of damage down. They might even route it, but they're kind of pulling out to cycle charge back in. The ROR Great Stag Knights run in to finish the job. Salamander's running. These men are still very far ahead on the balance of power at this point. Okay, not very far, but farther than you would think. What do they even have? They have Oxy, they have a Solar Engine and half ammo, 1 Saurus Spear, 2 Saurus Spears, a Mage. I think that's overestimating. I think it's like Oxyotl artificially boosting some stuff. Great Stag Knights charging into the Pistodon with the Solar Engine, and when I played this matchup as the Dark Elves, not the Wood Elves, but the Coldland Dread Knights really mess up dinosaurs. Great Stag Knights are kind of the same, so I imagine they'll do excellent damage with that Solar Engine over there. Dryads are trying to stop Saurus for a little bit, give the archers some time to get off some volleys, take out the rest of these Saurus, and the Arwa Great Stag Knights now going after the Heavens Caster, trying to take him out, and he will terror out pretty soon here, it's looking like. Solar Engine is getting worked down by the Great Stag Knights, but it looks like Bob Tresh will pull them away. Does not want them trapped up just yet. Arwa Great Stag Knights rear charging the Legion of Chakwa, getting their leadership down, but not enough, and then pulling away. I guess they're worried about another Solar Engine shot that could potentially be coming in. All these Saurus are routed off and should be chased. Wood Elves still kiting back a little bit. But the lizards are running out of juice. The bounce power still favors the lizards, but they have Oxyotl, 2 Saurus units, and a Solar Engine. That's kind of it. Great Stagnites get picked off a little bit more. Ooh, and a nice Wind Blast coming down. That Archer unit might rout. No, it'll rally a little bit. Okay, Great Stagnites charging into this cohort from behind. They do turn and fight, but they'll still probably tear her out any second here. The heavy cav play from the Wood Elves has been critical in this game. They've been doing pretty well with that. Blade Riser Spear is going to charge the Chameleon Skinks, but as they run past Oxyotl, they're probably going to get someone's on your flank debuff and rout. The charge bonus gets them through it. Good for you. Spellweaver of Life has been getting shot by Tic-Tac-Toe Oxyotl, is what I said, this whole game. So she's going to pull away here. Looks like she'll just stay in the backfield. Probably wants to heal up Great Stagnites rather than herself if she has the option. Wood Elves are running a bit sparse at this point. So are the Lizards. I think Oxy's just carrying this bounce power pretty heavily. Curious the Great Stagnites didn't commit there and really run forward and fight the Bestowing Solar Engine. I guess they want to just fall back and let their archers do the heavy lifting. I guess. Spellsinger of Life running forward, but she gets sniped a little bit by Oxyotl. She will run away. Opal Amulet popped and Arcane Conduit. Oh, she almost routs, but she rallies and she dodges the next round of shots from the little Gecko Sniper. Solar Engine was killing knights. True. Still think it's a worthwhile try, because at this point the Solar Engine's kind of the only thing left on the field. Archers are pushing up though, now they can get in range of this Bastildon. Fire into it, do good damage. It's still trying to take out the Lord. But I'm pretty sure the Wood Elves have this. Eternal Guard losing to his King Priest of Heavens. Just normal stuff. Normal stuff happening there. More Eternal Guard charging in. Saurus Warriors trying to defend. It's even the Legion of Chakwa, which that Shield of Chakwa on the Bastildon's pretty good. That's pretty good. The Wood Elves are running a little sparse on ammo, but I think they have enough. I mean, these guys have 7 volleys left. Great Stagnites charging in. They're going to immediately rout off the Legion of Chakwa once they make impact. Spellweaver of Life is actually routing, but she'll come back. She'll be just fine. Solar Engine, again, firing at the Great Stagnites. I think at this point you should have probably just committed them to the Solar Engine, because it's going to shoot you anyway. But there are 2 or 3 times now they've pulled away from the fight when they should have just taken it. Instead, they get shot. But now they've taken too much damage, and they were out. Wood Elves are running out of ammunition. Great Stagnites down to like 1 model. Yeah, literally 1 model. And yeah, I don't think going in and pulling back with them was the right decision. I think either keeping them back or just committing was right. Because this was just, unfortunately, the worst of both worlds in that situation. Solar Engine misses a side shot on some Glade Guard. Glade Guard are charging in more areas. These Glade Guard are using the last of their ammunition. But now that Solar Engine's out of ammo, so he's just a big, scary 140 armor dinosaur. Balance power creeping back a little bit for the Wood Elves as some units rally, including the 1 ROR Great Stagnite. What is that? Ooh, 50 Dryads in the woods. That could be big. More Hagbane tips firing in. Oxyotl's running a little low on ammunition, but 19 shots is probably plenty to carry this game if he's allowed to fire them all. So I think the Wood Elves want to take the melee fight soon-ish here. I mean, they want to regroup themselves, but sooner rather than later. Chameleon Skinks using the last of their ammunition, and I'll fast forward through the surround phase. Alright. Steldon charges forward into some Glade Guard. The non-ROR Great Stagnites are back. They're going to do a lot of damage. Nice charge. Saurus are surprisingly holding strong against that, and they even get Harmonic Convergence. But as soon as they get Harmonic Convergence, their leadership tanks down, and they'll probably rout here. What killed that Solar Engine? 44 Glade Guard Starfire Shaft should probably get on top of Oxyotl if they can find him. Just keep him from shooting. Great Stagnites with their armor piercing here can maybe stop this Bastildon. Once Cold Blooded wears off, it's going to have negative leadership, though, so that thing's already primed to rout. Just as soon as that wears off, which it almost does. I mean, he's negative right now with Cold Blooded. Wears off, he routs. Chameleon Skinks with no ammo chasing over there, but they also have no health. And now it's Oxyotl versus an awful lot of Wood Elves. And they're going to pile in on top of him. Fast forward. Chaff grinding with Oxyotl. Bum, 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 bum. He tries to get away and shoot at the Spellweaver of Life. Bum. He gets a shot off. Bum. She cycle charges. Bum. His only mage and done. And Dryads are fighting again. Spellweaver's running away. Oxyotl's trying to kill her. Can he kill her? He wants to kill her. It looks like he won't. Oh no, there's a lot of chaff here. But can he do it? Oxyotl, you're such a superhuman. You can't do it. You're gonna break cause you're a stupid gecko that I hate. Oh, cold-blooded. Cold-blooded might bring him back in this. These Dryads are really the main work doers here. And if they break, that might be the end of it. I don't see a Wood Elf on the map over there, so I gotta assume the Spellweaver of Life Magic is actually gone. Dryad's hanging in there at 2 leadership. Oxy's getting whittled. His melee defense buff wears off, as does Cold-Blooded, dragging him into the negatives, and he will not stabilize, and he will rout off in just a tiny pile of Wood Elf chaff. Hello, Chasing Rainbows. Oxyotl isn't human, he's a Liz boy. True. 1 Wind Blast. If that mage hadn't shattered. Alright. Spellweaver of Life, 1,100. Dryads. 1 Dryad got 1,300 value. Okay. Alright, calm down. Glade Guard got excellent value. Glade Riders or Spears all kind of died. Great Stag Knights got... Ooh, okay. Not great value considering their cost. Especially the Lost Sylvan Knights got murdered. This big boy got 2,400 values. Ancient Sally got about 900. Chameleon Skinks, mixed value. Jab Throwers did great. Saurus did well. They chewed through a lot of trees. And then Oxy got 1,700. His mage got 900. That was not near the bottom. Trash. Trash, you tricked me. Okay. Photoshop. What did we get? Wood Elves lose. Yes, yes. Unfortunately, they won. Wood Elf takes no range. Not true. I guess which army wins. Okay. So I didn't get anything here. But I do have to remember to start guessing which freaking army wins. Okay. Lokir versus Horsemar. Robane versus PE Pathetic Enterprise. That sounds like Cyrus. Alright. Lokir Fellheart. Robane's army is interesting. I'm going to guess the triple Demigryphs win, just for the fun of it. That's what I'll guess. Alright. For Cyrus, we have Sisters of Slaughter, Dark Riders, Shield, Cold One Knights. I'm guessing that's mirrored on the other side. Yep, so 2 of each of those units. Dread Spears and Bleak Swords across the front line. Some Dark Shards. Dark Shards. It looks like 3 of them. 3 of them. We have Lokir Fellheart and a Sorceress of Fire with Fireball and Burning Head. On the other side, we have triple Outrider, triple Demigryph Knight, some Sigmar Sun Swordsmen mixed in with Spears, more Swordsmen. We have a Mage of Life with Dwellers Below and Earthblood. And then we have Volkmar the Grim on horse. Bold strategy, Cotton. Alright. Lokir took, oh my god, so much damage from those Outriders. Ooey owie. And he's still charging forward. He doesn't give a shit. Now he's running away. Can they get a volley off on him? They can and they will. Now that's a lot of damage. Burning Head is avoided. Where are the Demis? Demi's over here, though. This Demi's taking a lot of damage. I'm guessing he's just sitting in Dark Shards. That would be the only way I could see him taking that much damage. Lokir's actually close to breaking as the Outriders continue to shoot into him. And the Burning Head continues on into Demigryph Knights. I think both people have Burning Heads. No, just one. Just the Dark Elves. Cold Knights on the side, getting a little lackadaisical, as Dark Shards rout off 1 Demigryph Knights already, which is huge for the forces against the Empire. Other Demigryph Knights at half health as they fight against all this Cav, but they seem to be winning that Cav fight, especially with Volkmar's help. Lokir is going to rout already, 1 minute into the game. Does he die? Because the Lord needs to die within 2 minutes for that one to count. Empire front line is losing to the Dark Elves. Cold One Knights charging on the side of these Spearmen with shields. And Lokir has 9 seconds to straight up die. I don't think that's going to happen. Outriders are now shooting the Sorceress of Fire. That's been going pretty well for them. Looks like we're going to get a little bit of a Burning Head here. I wonder how many units it hits. I guess that Spearman well. And those swordsmen are unbreakable, so it's not going to do enough damage to really kill them. Coldwood Knights hanging in the fight against the Demigryph Knights, both Grand Hammer Sigmar and the Grand Shield of Faith. They do have a very large amount of melee attack and damage resistance. They might just grind that one out. Lokir rallies. Yeah, Lokir rallying on the far side. Demigryph Knights running around, killing some Dark Riders, but they really want to get on top of the Dark Shards, and that they do in several places. So the Dark Elves Infantry are doing excellently, but the Empire Cavalry is winning the mobile game. Very much so. These Demigryphs still barely hanging on, but the buffs have worn off, and I wonder if Volkmar has a Soulfire Bombardment anytime soon to clear out some of this cav. Otherwise, he might be in a little bit of danger. Dark Shards are rallying. Lokir gets pounced on yet again by Demigryph Knights, and he is Dreaded Duelist, giving him 99 melee attack and 94 melee defense, but it doesn't seem to be enough as he is slowly getting whittled down anyway. Dark Shards are trying to make the Demigryph Knights pay for their transgressions. Coldwood Knights charging up to save these Dark Shards from more Demigryph Knights, and the Empire bounce power drags back to the middle. This Jade Wizard getting sniped out by Sisters of Slaughter is also probably pretty bad. Volkmar is alone versus a bunch of Coldwood Knights. He's going to take a decent amount of damage. He's not on top of his big old chariot, so he's not as, per se, tanky. Demigryph Knights coming back with very few models. Sisters of Slaughter maybe going to bunch up on Volkmar and get Soulfire Bombardment. Maybe. Jade Wizard shattered over there. Ooh, yeah, that was a juicy Soulfire. Took out a bunch of Sisters. And Lokir hung on. The Dark Shards were able to bail him out from those Demigryph Knights, and he has 70 HP, which is plenty. That's 69 more than he needs, which is nice. Lokir usually refused to die. Alright. During the game, the longest time I just assumed he had the altar. Coldwood Knights fighting Volkmar. Volkmar's now fighting the Sisters of Slaughter. It looks like some Coldwood Knights are going to get a rear charge. Dark Elves are ahead in this game at this point. The Outriders, 2 of them are still healthy, but running a little low on ammo. One's pretty wounded, and it looks like they got caught out so much they're just going to charge at this point and try to get some melee value in. Demigryph Knights rear charging those Dark Shards, though. That might actually rout them off. Lokir here is fighting shattered units just to get health back. That's pretty fun for him. Back up to 146. Volkmar's taking a lot of damage in this pile with the Sisters of Slaughter and the other Coldwood Knights and Dark Shards shooting in. He's having quite a bad time. I wonder where the Outriders are going to go. I mean, that full health unit of Sisters of Slaughter is going to be hard to deal with. They don't take a ton of damage from missiles at most times. Volkmar taking a bunch of damage. I think this might be over at this point. Volkmar's going to rout. Army losses will kick in pretty soon. Unless... Okay, Lokir gets sniped, and Volkmar uses a Soulfire Bombardment to clear out that stuff around him. Kind of surprised it did that well, but can Volkmar alone carry against this entire army? I think not, especially with a fireball not hitting him. But they're trying. Outriders running around, Outriders shooting, and the more they shoot, the more balance of power they lose. Lokir with the whopping 250 value. Fire Sorceress, 176. Bleak Swords did okay. Dread Spears did okay. Sisters of Slaughter did great. Both of them did great. Dark Shards did great as well. And Coldwood Knights also did very well. So, his expensive units paid for themselves. Volkmar struggled a little bit. Jade Wizard struggled a little bit. State Troops, they kind of died like they should. Demigryph Knights, 2 of them did okay, but didn't quite pay for themselves. 1 was very far behind. And Outriders, great value. Alright. Lokir versus Horsemarr. That one's gone. I will check the Photoshop quick, but I don't think I got anything. Nope. And guess which army wins? Army sub 400 models. I didn't check that, but no, both are way over it. Alright, we're good. Lord almost died within 2 minutes. So we're fine there. Just Fae things. Okay, we just cast Robane versus Cyrus, so I'll skip that one for now. I think Cyrus submitted that again. We'll do one of Butcher Birds replays. So it's me on Skaven versus Birds Wood Elves. Trying to remember what one this is. Anyway, 3 Deepwood Scouts, 3 Way Watchers, 3 Glade Riders with Spears, 3 Wild Hunters, and Spell Singer of something. High magic. Lovely. versus Skaven. I have an assassin, a Grey Seer of... Wait, no. A Plague Priest. Oh, and a Grey Seer on a bell. So Grey Seer of Ruin with Howling Warpgale in case of Flying Cheese. A Plague Priest on a bell for basic summons and Plague Breaths. And also the idea of the 2 bells is just be harder to snipe. 2 Poison Wind Globes, 2 Jezzails, Poison Wind Mortars, 2 Dogs, 2 Rat Ogres, and a bunch of Spears, because you also have to be ready for the hard Cav Rush. And Flying Cheese, and to get Kited, and to get Infantry Vanguard rushed, and to get Tree Box rushed, and to get Cav rushed, and to get everything and everything. So what else just are pieces of shit? Dodge with the Grey Seer of Ruin. My assassin is out here with his concealment bombs, just trying to find the Way Watchers, which he is currently doing. We're firing mortars, we're firing Jezzails at them, but even the Jezzails, man, they aren't really killing. Because look at how many shots they're shooting at like 1 or 2 Way Watchers, not the whole unit. So that's pretty annoying. These Way Watchers, these Jezzails turn and fire at some Deepwood Scouts, just trying to get value there while they can. And I am going to summon a Dreaded 13th Way behind these Way Watchers just to get them to turn around. Even though the assassin has a tiny profile, like he's very short, and there were other Way Watchers in the way, these fucking Way Watchers can still shoot over each other and almost one-shot him, which is cool. I love Way Watchers. I love Wood Elves, man. Wood Elves are cool. They're a cool faction that I'm very calm about. Alright, Deepwood Scouts are trading with my Jezzails. My Grey Seer at this point is just trying to catch up to these fucking Way Watchers and maybe rout them off. Maybe bail out my assassin. The Wild Riders are getting fucked up by my Stormvermin Halberds, though, so that's pretty nice. Grey Seer is keeping up with the Way Watchers. He's trying to dodge, but he's so close he can't really dodge. But also, if he falls away from them for even a second, they will turn invisible, and then I can't see them. And that's sad. Grey Seer gets caught by some Glade Riders with Spears. Wild Riders. Jezzails are still shooting at these Way Watchers and honestly not hitting too much. I mean, they've been firing at Way Watchers this whole game, and they have 600 value. I mean, I guess that's fine, but they have such a hard time hitting those fucking elves. Wolf Rats bounce out here. They're trying to hit the Way Watchers yet again. Just take out the Way Watchers, please. Storm Vermin, yet my Wolf Rats with Poison lose horribly to Glade Riders with Spears because reasons. And Wild Riders with Shields get a rear charge on my Gold Chevron Wolf Rats. Yeah. So they're hanging on because they're Gold Chevron, but they're still not having a great time of it. Jezzails are trying to bail out the Grey Seer. On the other side, we took out 1 Deepwood Scout unit. Meanwhile, there are still 2 with plenty of ammo, and I've used half of my ammunition. So, balanced. Didn't I cast this one? I don't know. I don't think so. This is the way too long one? Maybe. I have a fast forward button. It'll be fine. Alright, I do get off the second Stormvermin with Halberd summon before my Grey Seer dies. So we're still chasing around these fucking piece of shit Wood Elves. Wild Riders are still around. Deepwood Scouts are scouting. Wild Riders are still around. They're getting shot this whole time, and yet they still rout off my fucking assassin. Though he'll come back in a second. Get some shots onto the Elf Lady. Some skirmish. Assassin gets routed still. Jezzail still shooting Way Watchers. Poison Wind Mortar still shooting Way Watchers. Jezzail still shooting Way Watchers. Poison Wind Mortar still shooting Way Watchers. And there's still more Way Watchers. Fuck them in particular. They should take more damage from counterfire, those pieces of shit. Alright, I'm out of ranged assets at this point besides my 1 globe, so I'm just running after Way Watchers that are kiting me. Running after Way Watchers, running back, running after Deepwood Scouts, running after Way Watchers, running after Deepwood Scouts, running after Way Watchers. Deepwood Scouts, Way Watchers, Deepwood Scouts. Way Watchers, Cav Charges, Way Watchers, Summon a Clan Rat, Way Watchers, Deepwood Scouts. Run after some Cav, get 1 volley of Poison Wind on them, feel pretty cool. Run after these guys, they die. Run after these guys, they die. Set up my things, wonder, are you going to attack me or what? But most of your stuff's stealth, so I don't give a shit. They die, they die. Throw 1 globe, yay! Total surround attacks me, everything breaks instantaneously, Plague Priest is the only one left, yada yada. And Plague Priest hangs on for a really long time, but eventually dies. It was 16 minutes long. Almost 17 minutes long. And it was about as much fun as a nail in the head. Fuck Way Watchers, dude. Fuck them. They have such crazy range that if you counterfire them, they should probably actually take damage. They also shouldn't be better at dodging than units that have literal dodge. Fuck Way Watchers. Yeah. You need warnings before playing Wood Elf replays? Maybe. Because, I mean, that's one of the reasons... That replay was from a while ago, but that's one of the reasons I have Wood Elves lose yes as a thing, because fuck them. I don't think my lord died in the first 2 minutes. Was that army sub 400 models? I think it was, but I didn't count, so it doesn't count. Eltharion, Tretch, or Tehenoan. Those are 3 lords. That's been there since the first bingo, and yet we still have never gotten it. That is upsetting. Alright. We just did that one, kinda. We'll do this one. Tomb Kings versus Beastmen from AIMA. Estalion Paymaster versus Hill. I don't know who Estalion Paymaster is, but probably Tien. I'm guessing that's Tien. White archers have 190 range. It's like 10 more than high elf archers. Yeah, but they like insta-kill things. I just think they should die. Like, if you shoot them, they should die. Alright. What are we doing here? Skeleton Spearman, Skeleton Spearman. So for Estalion something. Tomb Guard with Halberds, Nehekar Warriors. Blessed Legion of Chach. And some Skeleton Horse Archers. This is a unique Tomb King's army. Kind of a mix of elite infantry and medium tier infantry. We have a Foot Tomb Prince, Cetra the Imperishable on his Sphinx. That's it. Ah, there we go. Sparkle Stalkers. I was wondering where all the money went. So there's 2 Sparkle Stalkers hiding up in the hills. For the Beastmen, we have some Harpies that are moving in. Dogs, 2 Tuskor Chariots. It looks like Bray Shaman and a Beast also on a chariot. Morgar the Shadow gave a mix of infantry, including Gore Herds, Ungor Herds, and Ungor Herds with shields. 4 Centaurs with throwing axes. Are any of the Grog Hooves? Grog Hooves? Grog Hooves? Grog Hooves? Wow, just basic Centaurs. Okay. Harpies throw themselves in very aggressively to shut down archers for a little bit. Harpies are 600 value units. It's hard to throw them away like just fell bats like that, so I think that was a little too aggressive, but I understand the notion. You want to not take armor-piercing, armor-sundering fire as you come in. 4 throwing axes are going to kite away from Cetra, and if they fire at the right target, they will do a lot of damage, but sometimes skirmish firing arcs can be questionable. Sparkle Stalkers shooting at Harpies on their way out, but the Horse Archers in the back do get caught by dogs. Sparkle Stalkers will turn around to go help them. Throwing axes firing at Cetra the Imperishable, and the Blessed Legion of Frach turning to fight the Tuskor Chariots that just killed their brethren, as they soon will get rode over down into the Bone Zone. Dogs route right off the map, because undead things are spooky and dogs are big old cowards. And Sparkle Stalkers are going to route off these other ones too. So, Skirmish Cav are fine, but Skirmish Cav are meant to do stuff in the Skirmish phase, and the Skirmish phase is already over and they haven't done jack shit. So, maybe the dogs could have been a little more cautious, but also they did serve a purpose. These throwing axes are 1, way too grouped up, and 2, throwing at shielded units that they really don't need to kill. I wouldn't waste your time with that. The Beastman army does need to advance. It has won the frontline fight, but has some idle units. Needs to move up, move up, move up. Even though, even with the Chaos Spawn summon, it is deteriorating every second it's not being used. There are 3 infantry units here that Ushabti summon behind them can also be ignored, so move up. But it looks like the Beastmen are having a little bit of micro troubles with everything that's going on. So Sparkle Stalkers are going to just wreck this Centaur throwing axe unit, and they will probably want to move away. The throwing axes aren't doing that much to the snakes. They're kind of moving around, dodging a lot of stuff, and now they're going to get attacked on the side by the spearmen. These Chaos Spawn are deteriorating soon. Morgar's still fighting. It looks like some Beastman infantry decided to stay and fight the summoned Ushabti. Maybe they don't know that that one was summoned. And the summoned Manticore is going after Sparkle Stalkers. It looks like the Centaurs throwing axes are deciding to just sit here and trade. Maybe they even want to get into melee combat off and on. Get some charges in here. Not sure. Sparkle Stalkers are technically anti-large. Morgar and all his summons and his chariots are going to start killing some Tomb Guard with halberds and King Nikesh's Scorpion Legion over here, so that's a pretty good frontline catch. And the Beastmen are ahead on the balance of power at this point. Throwing axes still fighting with these Sparkle Stalkers who are also fighting Manticore. They are losing, but the ones caught by Spearmen do get routed, so they'll probably run straight off the map. The other 2 actually do pull up and around a little bit, kind of refusing to leave the fight. Tomb Prince is fighting Tuskor Chariots and doing a lot of great damage Bright Shaman of Beast is also kind of in the area, and Morgur pops his 16 leadership buff. Those chariots should be cyclo-charging more, though, and there's 3 units of chaff over there that fought through Shopti until the Shopti disappeared, and they really need to get back in the fight. Deep Woods are 180, Weight Watchers are 132, then I had 2+ cavalry beats for. Yeah. Alright. Doop doop. Throwing axes. Chat's fighting about stuff. Don't really know what. I'm just going to ignore it. This chaff for the Beastmen is now moving in. And these Tomb Guard have been crumbling along with the Scorpion Legion. So that's pretty okay for them. Tomb Prince is looking a little beat up. Throwing axes are going to finish off this other Sparklestalker unit, it looks like. Both Sparklestalker units are having a bad time. The Beastmen are still pretty far ahead on the balance of power, though that's not that shocking. Beastmen usually are. Dog's going to finish off that Skirmish Cav, and maybe even get up here onto the Blessed Legion of Flach. That actually made it away. Alright, good for you, Flach. Don't know how you did that. Morgur's here. He casts Block of Doom on Cetra. I do not think that was worth the Winds of Magic, but he's maybe used both his Winds of Magic, his Manticore summons at this point. That, or he's just worried his Bright Shaman of Beast is about to get gooned out by his Nakar warriors, in which case he should pull them away. Dogs are shattered. Flach Legion, yeah, Blessed Legion of Flach up there, still fighting. Centaur's throwing axe is going to charge the Sparklestalkers, finish them off. These other Sparklestalkers are lining up to shoot the mage. They might get a quick volley off and maybe even honestly kill him, but they are about to get side charged, which will not be their favorite thing. Throwing axes doing a good amount of damage to them, yada yada. Archers raining in fire is a big problem. The Beastmen should probably split off some of their chaff to go up there and deal with that, rather than blobbing up around the Tomb Prince and getting routed. Sparklestalkers trying to chase off. The Tuskor Chariot is slightly faster than them. They might just want to stop and rip a couple shots and finish him off before they get recharged by those Centaurs. Centaurs are going to run up and also deal with the archers. Cetra is getting slowly worn down by all these spears and axes. Slowly, but he's doing a lot of damage on the way. Those Centaurs reach their target. These Centaurs reach their target. Maybe the Bright Shaman of Beast can come back. If there's a second Manticore summon in the pocket, the Beastmen will 100% win this. Sparklestalkers are fighting it back against these Centaurs. These are not normal Centaurs. They are throwing axes, so their melee stats are a little less good. We have some shatters coming in from Beastmen, which will be a problem for them. They really want to space out getting routed rather than all at once. Bright Shaman is back. Sparklestalkers crumbling, but the Centaurs with throwing axes have exhausted their usefulness and will be routing here. Beastmen are still very far ahead in the balance of power, but I don't know if it's really that good for them. This Bright Shaman of Beast is coming back. Looks like he casts a Flock of Doom onto the Sparklestalkers. Probably not worth the magic again. He should have just definitely saved up everything he possibly could to get a Manticore. It would be way more helpful at this juncture. Tuskor Chariots charging into Skeleton Spearmen, getting them to crumble maybe a little bit, but then they'll rally, I guess? Nope. They're still very much not having a good time. Nakar Warriors fighting this massive horde. Morgur is trying to fight Cetra, and Cetra rampages everybody, giving them minus melee attack, which they really needed to keep going in this. Ooh, and that is a big rout against the Beastmen. Sparklestalkers finished off the mage somewhere over here. He's either dead or off the map. Ungor is getting chased by Skeleton Horse Archers, and that's a lot of routing units. Cetra uses his explosion, gonna rout off even more units, and now Morgur is kind of the only Beastman unit around. Everybody else is running for the hills. Though, Balance of Power still thinks the Beastmen are going to win it. I disagree. I think Cetra is going to carry this pretty easily. Alright, Cetra slaps. Cetra actually gets some damage, knocks Morgur over. Tuskor Chariots are running for the Blessed Legion, though they are now out of ammo, so they're just chaff. They need to be shut down a little bit earlier. Nakar Warriors, crumbling Spearmen. Sparklestalkers are doing fine. And these Horse Archers are doing fine. And the Beastmen definitely have an artificially inflated balance of power. So many of these units are going to rout on contact with Cetra, and they're going to start shattering because they've been routing all game. Terror routes, natural routes. Yeah, I think the Tomb King's about this. Balance of power be damned. I mean, there's a whole Tomb Prince. Some basic Ungors are rallying around the map, but who cares? Route. Oop, that Tomb Prince getting caught's kind of big. Route. It's just Morgur. He's getting his ass kicked by Cetra, and it's over. Balance of Power didn't believe in the Tomb Kings till like literally the very end. Cetra 2,300 value, Tomb Prince 900. That's pretty good for him. Hekar Warriors, mixed value, not amazing. Sparkle Stalkers, mixed value, not amazing. Legion of Flach did great. And Skeletons did fine. Morgar did well, Caster did well. Beastmen Infantry did mixed. Tuskor Chariots did well. Throwing Axes, mixed but mostly good. And the Dogs, one did fine, one did not. Harpies died instantly. GG from the AIMA boys. Not sure who Estalian Paymaster is, but I like the build. I like the build. Beastmen, Wood Elves, Cygor, Onion. That replay was from like 2 months ago. I'm trying to catch up. There's a lot happening. We'll go back to Imagit. Doomslayer on the Greenskins versus Cyrus on the Lizardmen. Did I get anything for that last one? Boop, 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 boop. Nope, 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 nope. Nope, nope. Yeah! Greenskins take Grimgor. That's on the list, but also I just want to fucking see it. Let's go! Let's go. Yes. Alright, so Doomslayer has my heart. Morgan's Mage Marauders, 3 Forest Goblin Spider Riders. We have Arachnarch Queen, Grimgor fucking Ironhide, Giant River Troll Hag, Nasty Skulkers, Triple Black Orcs, and the ROR Night Goblins. For the Lizardmen of Cyrus, Saurus Warriors, Skin Cohorts with Javelins, Saurus Warriors with Shields, Saurus Scar Veteran, Krokgar. Okay, this Lizardman build is also pretty chad. I like to see Saurus Scar Veteran and Saurus. We love Saurus in this town. Feral Cold Ones, Feral Cold Ones, Feral Cold Ones, and Feral Cold Ones. Lovely. Red Quest Skinkar just because they're super great. And Hand of the Gods coming in immediately, hits some trees, but also does some damage to something, somehow, somewhere. Maybe it just hit trees. I don't know what I'm talking about. Jav Skinks are doing Jav Skink things. Lizardmen regrouping. Oh, what's this in the distance? Pterodons! Hey, that might fulfill the Lizardmen 3+ Air Force. I don't know. We'll figure it out later. Grimgor! We love Grimgor in this town. The Night Goblin ROR is fucking charging in. They don't give a shit. And if they had their loons already, I mean, they have to charge up the melee combat, but they would definitely go like, and just kill 3 whole infantry units all by themselves. Black Orcs are getting stuck in. They're going to crush some Saurus Gits real hard, and that's nice. Grimgor and the Arachnarch Queen all fighting Krokgar with Mither slowing him down, your neck slowing him down. He has a speed of 8. He isn't going anywhere. There's even a spider summon coming in, and now the Lizardman Air Force is going to have to carry this whole game by a lot. Cyrus is lining up some rock drops, looks like, and he fucking deletes that middle Black Orc. That was nuts. Now the spinning loons are coming in, just like I said, and unfortunately the Lizardmen are still a little bunched up, taking a shit ton of damage there. But maybe the rock drops will save them. Bounce power is a little greenskin favored after all that, but Feral Cold Ones are chasing off some of the skirmish cap. Awa pops, making all the greenskins even Arda gets. Grimgor still fighting. Now he's fighting a Saurus Scar Veteran. Krokgar has pulled out of there. And what's this mage doing? King Priest Beasts? He only has Flock of Doom. Okay, so he doesn't have a Manticore summon to all of a sudden change this fight. I don't know if these guys use their rock drop, but those Black Orcs are having a terrible time, so I'd have to guess that they did. Never mind, they just rock dropped their own Feral Cold Ones. A little bit of a misplay there. I think these guys still have theirs. Do you? No, they don't. They're normally hanging under themselves. But those Black Orcs are pretty messed up, so maybe they bombed them there. Feral Cold Ones rear charging these Black Orcs, killing them, and the Lizardmen have done a good job of getting rid of all the greenskin infantry. Now the biggest problem is going to be the skirmish cav and their I want to say hero core, but technically the Arachnarch Queen's not a hero. SEM core, I guess. She took a big Hand of the Gods there and went almost negative for a second, but did rally. Saurus Scar Veteran getting beat up by Grimgor and the River Troll Hag at the moment. Now there's a lot of javelins left that if they can all sit and throw into the Arachnarch Queen, that could be huge damage potential. And, I mean, the entire greenskin flank is collapsing. 2 of their 3 Black Orcs are routing. Where's the last one? Yeah, 2 out of the 3. 1's still here. Saurus Scarvet's still fighting alongside Krokgar now, and Krokgar gets your next popped on him again. He has 4 whole melee defense, so he should run away screaming. Javelins are getting thrown somewhere, somehow. Probably into the Ragnarok Queen, hopefully. The Lizardmen are slowly, in my opinion, crawling back into this game. Sora Scar Veteran's probably going to get sniped out. Grimgor tries to chase off Krokkar, but Krokkar will be just fine. So, we have a Caster of Beasts. He has only Flock of Doom, so we can spam Flock of Doom on any infantry that remain. Greenskin Skirmishers are running out of ammunition. So are the Pterodon Riders. And so are these Jab Skinks. Can they kill the Ragnarok Queen? Maybe. Krokkar's running in there, and he misses his first attack. But the big problem is that, one, he takes a hit in return, and Grimgor is right next to him. Grimgor hits him on the side. Krokkar is very close to dead. He takes another hit from the Ragnarok Queen, and he's going to run for it. 55 HP. If some of these goblins on the back decide to throw arrows at him, he could take a bunch of damage, and they do, and Spirit Leech hits him, and he dies. Without Krokkar, the leadership of the Lizardman army will probably start to falter a little bit. Now, the last Black Orc is getting taken care of. The last of the Night Goblins are getting taken care of. And the Ragnarok Queen's not looking so hot, you guys. She's having a bad time. Where's the River Troll Hag? River Troll Hag is over here. Grimgor has tons of health. But maybe the Lizardmen can do this. Beastman leader... Not Beastman. Well, Beastman too. But Greenskin leadership is pretty abysmal. Let's see if the Pterodons get some nice charges in. I don't know what can kill Grimgor. I don't think anything can kill him here. I just think he might break due to circumstance at some point. So we'll see. It's a little bit of a bump grind, so I will hit the double fast forward. It looks like the last Black Orc is running away. Ragnarok Queen is close to running away, but she's hanging on. Some rear charges are probably going to come in here really soon from all these flying units. And they will try, but the Ragnarok Queen's going to be okay. Over here, some Greenskin Skirmish Cav without any ammo gets involved with some Skinks. And Pterodons gets their ass kicked. Now a big surround from a bunch of Saurus, trying their last hope to stop the Greenskin Tide, but they cannot. Fucking Grimgor! 1,100 value, 800 for the River Troll Hag, 1,400 for the Ragnarok Queen. Skirmish Cav did okay. Black Orcs actually struggled a lot. 8 Loons did great. But yeah, Doomslayer. Good build. Good build. Lizardmen, Jab Skinks did okay. I think they all should have thrown at the Ragnarok Queen, but I don't hate the build. I'm curious about the Sora Scarvet. I wonder what that was. What's the intended target for that? I guess maybe Grom? Because maybe he was expecting Grom in this matchup. Krokkar and the Sora Scarvet would actually snipe the shit out of Grom. Alright, I see you. It's bigger unit scale, by the way. You're a liar. You're lying to me, probably. Alright, Photoshop, take us away. Take us away from this horrible place. Also, who's typing to me? What do you want? Gorok versus Grom replay somewhere? Probably. I probably still have that. I mean, I do have a ongoing promise to cast every game that's sent to me in my Discord until someday that this channel gets popular enough that I can't fulfill that promise. So if I haven't cast whatever you're talking about, then yup. Lizard Air Force 3+. We did have 3. No Kroxigors, though. Wood Elves didn't lose yet. Greenskins take Grimgor. Fuck yeah. Boom, 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 boom. I didn't guess which army wins. Shit. Very well. Very well. We even had Kroxigors? We haven't had Kroxigors. Huh. Are you people even memers? Shrek and Fiona best Lord Hero combo. My idea was hand Grom, then 2v1 him. I agree, but Grimgor is not Grom, so your anti-large was not helping you at all. And Krokkar and your Sora Scar Veteran had anti-large, so that double hurts. Gotcha. We did AIMA recently. Let's move up a little bit. For Poland sent us some stuff before he has to go to bed, unless he's already gone to bed. Let's just see what he has to say. For Poland with Slayers. All right, we'll see what this is about. For Poland playing Beastmen? You betrayed your kin, and you're fighting against the Dowie. For Poland, how could you? How could you? Alright. So we'll see. Who brings Mass Night Goblins build? Alright. Artisan Tech Priest on the other side. He used this build versus me once. 5 miners with blasting charges, 2 quarrelers. I think he maybe made some adjustments because I don't remember the quarrelers. But some slayers, some giant slayers mixed across the board, and Thoric Iron Brow. The idea to do with the Beastmen is just be unbreakable and outlast them. Blasting charges are absolutely wrecking the Beastmen infantry, and on the other side we have a Manticore, 2 Tuskor chariots, 2 Manticores actually, a Beastcaster with Amber Spear and Flock of Doom. We have Borga the Shadowgate for Chaos Spawn summons. We do have 2 Bestigors, some Gores, and Ungors. No Ungor Raiders for Poland. He's just going all melee. He's going in there. I have to predict who wins. You know what? I'll bet with the Dwarves. We're going with Artisan Tech Priest in this one. You went Krokgar, one of those? Ah. Well, hopefully Krokgar can beat Grom. He's literally supposed to. Alright, so I'm betting on the Slayer Rush. I love for Poland, but I want the Dowie to win. Let's do this. Alright, Tuskor Chariots running over some miners. They do have the Rune of Doom? I thought I saw the Rune of Doom. Maybe it just wore off. Bestigors charging into Giant Slayers. That's actually pretty okay for Giant Slayers. All the armor piercing of these Bestigors is going to amount to nut against 0 armor. And the armor piercing for the other side will do better. Morgar is starting to move in now. I wouldn't be surprised if one of these 2 miners turns into a Chaos Spawn relatively soon. We do have some Gore Herds chilling back for the moment, soon to move in. But for Poland is currently lining up an Amber Spear, casting onto some Giant Slayers. And even though they weren't clumped up into a line, they still took a lot of damage. That was a nice cast there. Ungor Spears getting in onto Giant Slayers. Miners with Blast Charge still fighting. Rune of Speed was in this area for a brief moment. And one of the Chaos Spawn summons comes in like we had talked about. Now I wonder if he actively uses the other one or if he's going to wait for it in the late game. This is one of the reasons I like a couple Ungor Raiders versus the Dwarves. Just to poke down Slayers, whether it's an all-Slayer build or a build with just a couple Slayers. Probably want to get rid of them. And a 425 gold unit is a good way to do so. The Chariots and Manticores have gotten a little bit engaged. Now Slayers are everywhere and constantly ready to fight. That is the second Chaos Spawn summon. So there's the new one, and there's the old one, I think. Regardless, that one's almost dead. This one's fresh as a daisy. The infantry reserves have been pulled in for the Beastmen. They are getting involved. Currently, the balance of power favors the Beastmen, as it usually does. But Slayer builds usually get army lost eventually anyway, because Unbreakable is not a stat that the balance of power appreciates. Morgar is getting pushed around by Thoric a little bit, and he's now surrounded by Chaos Spawn and a Feral Manticore, so if this was a Skaven Lord, like a Greyseer or something, he would instantly die, but no, this is Thoric. Much tougher than your average Skaven Lord. For Poland, bringing back in some reinforcements. But I do think he's in some trouble here. He has some healthy boys, but so do the Dwarves, and, you know, full unit of Slayers, almost full unit of Giant Slayers can do a lot of damage, especially when your leadership is low. As the Chaos Spawn summons deteriorate, balance of power comes a little bit back towards the middle. Still pretty Beastmen favored. Morgar chasing down some Quarrelers. And I heard you casting something. What happened? There it is. There's the Rune of Doom. Plus 24 melee attack and can cause fear to all these units. Now, these Slayers are running out of juice. We still have these 2 full ones. We have a Quarreler with a decent number of models. Miners over here doing okay. This game's still pretty close. I would give a little bit of an edge to the Dowie, though. Ooh, a full Bestigor herd coming out of left field. That'll be tough. That'll be very tough. Feral Manticore with the Call to Violence barely keeping it in this fight. And an Amber Spear cast does do some good damage to those Slayers. Feral Manticore is going to rout off. What can kill Thoric, though? I don't know if even Bestigors can kill Thoric. Thoric's kind of a Chad. Bestigors plowing back in. Giant Slayers going for round 2 against this Bestigor herd, and with their 76 melee attack for a brief moment longer, they will do a shitload of damage to these Bestigors, though they're also getting worked on at the same time. So, bit of a tricky trade there. Thoric Ironbrows fighting amongst a whole bunch of stuff. Blackhorns Ravagers hanging in there. Ungor Spearmen are running in as well to protect Morgar. Some Chariots rallying, some Manticores rallying, more Chariots rallying. Beastmen still ahead on the balance of power like they have been since pretty much the start of the game. Though I think this has been close in the balance of power, would like to convince us. These Bestigors are going to beat up these Miners. Miners are pretty bad at combat. in general. But Thoric's going to be a big problem here. Ooh, and this Manticore is landing in the middle of Slayers. Maybe he'll get some poke damage on it. Good 100, 200. Yeah, 200 health off of it. Definitely good for the Dowie. Giant Slayers have taken a beating, but these Bestigors were full health when they started it, so at least it wasn't a completely one-sided trade. Morgar running in, Call to Violence, just trying to keep everybody in the fight, and maybe even applying his poison to these Giant Slayers soon. Giant Slayers will fight to the end, though that end is coming quicker and quicker for them. Runification from Thoric, just trying to keep him in the fight. 40% damage resistance, but they're getting clapped at the moment. Gore Herds, Bestigor Herds, doing great work. A Flock of Doom cast. Where's the caster? There he is. Suffered a little bit of overcast damage. Flock of Doom cast on these Slayers. Doesn't do very much damage, but whittles out some unbreakable models. Bounce power is going against the Dwarves, and the very unfortunate thing is Thoric Ironbrow is not Ungrim Iron Fist or Grumbrindle. He is not unbreakable. Army losses will actually kick him out of this game. Here we are, Rune of Doom, again cast as Thoric plows into the fight, and now Morgar and this Manticore are on top of him. Looks like these Slayers might want to turn around and fight the Manticore, but they will immediately run away, and some nice chariot charging for Poland might bring this game to an end. There are no Dwarves coming to aid anymore, so the Slayers are what you get. We have 24 there, we have 6 there, and Thoric Ironbrow himself, who gets rear charged by Manticore, takes a big hit. His leadership's actually dipping down to even 16 for a moment there. But Bestigor's running out of will to fight. Could potentially be the Beastmen's doom. Another Rune of Speed coming down. Thoric has nice melee attack now, as do these Slayers. Though we're running out of models, and oof, that caster. The caster on the side just throwing in Amber Spears just to hurt him. Manticore cycle charging, army losses coming in, and without Thoric, there is no way that the Beastman can win this. He's terrified, he is naturally routed, he is shattered, and the last Slayers die. That was neat. Alright, I won't repeat that, but still. That was pretty funny. Alright, for Poland. 820 on Morgar. 1,600 on his caster. Ungors, Gores did okay. Blackheart's Ravagers did fine. Bestigors, meh, did okay. Chariots did well. One of the Manticores did great. Thoric did well. Mine is the best charges. Did okay. Not amazing. Slayers did fine. Giant Slayers, mixed, but mostly fine. And Quarrelers had a tough go. So that was Slayers. What did we get? Did we get anything? Dowie Air Force? Nope. Mirror Match, Mage, what else? Phoenixes, Double Ring, Fire Artillery, Aranessa, Queen Bess. Queen Bess has also been here since the start of this bingo shit, and no one's sent me Queen Bess yet. That makes me sad. What else? Take no range. Hey, we'll check YouTube for a moment. Okay, no one I know has started streaming. Unless, did Murph start? Murph's streaming, but did he start before me? Alright. Getting some trolls. All of you are trolls. So when did Murph start? Murph alerts. Today at 1:44 p.m. Okay, yeah. So I started after him. It doesn't count. Poop. Didn't max out on Slayers. True. Alright, we'll do another one for Poland just in case he goes to bed. Dowie Liz for Poland versus Central Scrutinizer. Speaking of Murph alert, Central Scrutinizer. Hey, for Poland's back on his dwarves, though he's fighting his lizardmen, which as far as I understand it is his second favorite faction. So for Poland's having a rough time out there. He has to kill dwarves, and then he has to kill lizardmen. For the Dowie, we have double Bolt Thrower, double Iron Drake, Trollhammer, Torpedo, Miners, and Slayers in the back line. Whereas Dragonfire Pass, Dwarf Warriors, Longbeards across the front line, Ekbrins, Miners, Blasting Charges, Longbeards, 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 Dwarf Warriors. With Thoric Ironbrow, of course. Just stopping by to say, hey, hope you're good, human boy. Good to see you, Bowmore, and yes, I am good. Thank you for asking. Central Scrutinizer has a Feral Stegodon and Ancient Salamander far in the back, just in case they would get shot. Red Crested Skin Kinsaurus charge is decently meta. skink cohorts on the far flanks. We have some chameleon skinks up front to do some kiting. Oxyotl also to do some kiting here. And it looks like he is spotted at the moment. He is very much in range. Beastcaster with Amber Spear and Manticore. Looks like that's Amber Spear, right? Yep, Amber Spear. Amber Spear is so good against like Ironbreakers and shit if you can get a side shot. Who's typing to me? Uh-oh. Murph was streaming before. Got it. Thanks, Bird. And Cyrus, I will deny myself. Oxyotl firing in. He's still taking out, some Iron Drakes, and he's doing good work. He's doing good work of that. Looks like the bolt throwers aren't in range of the Salamander. Yeah, Salamander would be out of range. The bolt throwers are just teeing off on some Saurus, getting what value they can. But a big flank here from Central Scrutinizer. Some Chameleon Skinks going around the far side, noticing the only things back here to stop them are Slayers, which are unshielded, and Miners, which are also unshielded. So they could get some decent value back here. And just pull apart the Dowie Forest, surround the box, it's fine. Oxyotl shooting happily away on these Iron Drakes, and you're really not taking that much damage from Bolt Throwers on your Saurus Warriors. You don't care too much. So Lizards are happy with this. Salamander firing in too, and Bob Treasure showed me many a time that the Salamanders actually do really good work versus Dwarves in general. But the Bolt Throwers are going to turn and fire at it. And, man, they're not ideal, but they can do some decent damage to large targets over time. Could you play my Kite versus Box game? I'll do that one next, Cyrus. I'll do that one next, because I understand you are also over in Europe and probably going to bed soon. What were the factions? That would also help me find it. Alright, Trollhammer Torpedoes deciding that Oxyotl shooting them for 20 years is enough. They are going to try to move up and get a little bit of damage. Looks like for Poland's in a bit of a sticky situation here, so I am going to just double fast forward as we watch this happen. Oxyotl picking off these Iron Drake Trollhammer Torpedoes is very smart. The Bolt Throwers again are being ignored, largely don't care about it. Ancient Salamander took some damage, but you can wait till the late game. Bolt Throwers are down to about half ammunition. And these Warriors of Dragonfire Pass do get to go fight Red Crested Skinks for a little bit. It looks like the fight may be finally upon us. Saurus Warriors get involved with Dwarf Warriors. Feral Stegodon's jumping in. And he is now Rampage, but he immediately gets cold-blooded. That was very nice from Central Scrutinizer. He was on top of that, because both Iron Drakes with Trollhammer Torpedoes are just teeing off on him, wrecking him 100%, so he needs to get out of here. Bolt Throwers! One still has half ammo and 3, siege engines left. The other one got picked off by Oxyotl and is running away. I don't agree with Oxyotl switching off the Trollhammer Torpedoes. I think that was probably the best target for him. Skink cohorts do get into the cookie jar, but what in there is even for them? Maybe these Bolt Throwers, that's it. Otherwise, Iron Drakes, Trollhammer Torpedoes are very tanky, hard to take out. They'll largely be okay. Littles versus Dowie, Kite versus Box. Yep, I'll do that one next. Skink cohorts, rear charging the Trollhammer Torpedoes. They're going to be okay. They're doing fine. Slayer's going to run up and meet them. Meanwhile, the Warriors of Dragonfire Pass getting a little isolated. Thoric throwing down a nice explosion onto some Saurus Warriors, doing good damage there. And the Summon Manticore is going to try to take out even more Trollhammer Torpedoes. Ancient Salamander, with less of a threat of Bolt Throwers, has moved up to try and get some shots off, as he should. But he is having a little bit of trouble with those Bolt Throwers firing at him yet again. Something has to go shut them down. Saurus are across the board not having a great time versus Longbeards. It's just kind of a stalemate. They're not really taking a ton of damage from the Longbeards, but they're not doing a ton either. So that's not ideal. One Skink cohort slips in through the cracks and is going to try to chase down the Bolt Thrower crew, who immediately abandon their engines and flee for their lives. But Red Crested Skinks coming in through the front. And I do think Red Crested Skinks in general are better than Saurus Warriors in this matchup. That's just my opinion on it, but they're cheaper and they have armor piercing, which is good. While the Saurus have better stats. Do they even? I mean, they have worse melee attack, but higher melee attack, higher armor piercing is more important in my opinion, so Red Crested Skinks are great. Ancient Salamander firing in, hits a bit of a Dwarf Blob, which is a very nice little volley for it, but the Ekron's Miners now get more active, blow up Saurus Warriors with those blasting charges. Ancient Salamander getting very bold. I wonder what he's trying to attack in here, but he comes straight up without the Bolt Thrower online. I guess he's just not very afraid. Gets a nice shot onto some Trollhammer Torpedoes and routes them off. The Summon Manticore degrades. Trollhammer Torpedoes on this side are back, though one more volley from the Ancient Salamander will take care of them. Bolt thrower crews are fighting skink cohorts for their lives, and it looks like they will win that fight as Trollhammers lower the leadership enough of the skink cohort that they will probably be running it very soon. Oxyotl almost out of ammunition, and this is concerning for the lizards. Him using all of his ammo and the entire enemy army not being dead is a worrying thing. Thoric finally frees up this crew along with the Slayer help, and the bolt throwers can maybe get back on their little pew-pew machines. And what do the Lizardmen have left? Some Red Crested Skinks, some Saurus, a Skink Priest. Oxyotl's almost out of ammo. Stegodon that's quite injured. Salamander that's running a little low on ammo, but he could do a lot of good work. And I don't know, it doesn't look like they have enough in the tank for me. Fast forward a little bit, you can see this front line's gone nowhere. Longbeards versus Saurus Warriors is just a recipe for nothing to happen, which is in the Dowie's favor. They cost less than the Saurus Warriors, and they don't want you to move forward. They don't really need to kill you with infantry like that. Red Crested Skinks get back in on the bolt thrower, push it off. They might even push off that Iron Drake Trollhammer torpedo, but nope, they were out. Lizardmen are falling quite far behind the balance of power. Salamander fires off its last shot. And without that, there is another summoned Manticore, but, I mean, Thoric's here, Slayers are here, a lot of infantry are here. Manticore's going to rout off the Trollhammer torpedo. But I don't think they need it at this point. They could just infantry bump and grind to the very end. Oxyotl's out of ammunition. Lizardman in general out of ammunition. Ancient Salamander charges in the back because he rampaged, and then he immediately gets killed. And if that Stegodon dies, Army Loss is definitely going to kick in. He dies, Army Loss kicks in, and it is over for Poland wearing out the storm. Damn it, Honey Nut. I'm trying. I'm trying my best. For Poland, Longbeards held till the end of time. Trollhammer torpedoes, mixed value, but they did okay. Bolt throwers, mixed value, but one of them did great. Slayers did fine. And most of it was just waiting out the ammo, because a lot of the Lizardman army was in ammo. Oxyotl fired all game, fired all of his shots, only got 1600 value, so he paid for himself, but just barely. Saurus Warriors didn't get much done. Chameleon Skinks did okay. Salamander did fine, and Stegodon died horribly. Oopsies. Oopsies. Alright, Dowie Lizardman's been done. Whew! Alright, there was a box game I was supposed to do. What else? Beastmen, Haggard Box? What else? Dowie. Just Fey things. That's Tomb Kings. That's Crabbling. Wait. Greenskins pretend. Okay, I was like, what? Wood Elves. Dowie. Wood Elves, Dowie. Kite versus Box. Doomslayer, Dwarves versus Pathetic Enterprise, Wood Elves. I got you, buddy. I got you. Hey, Bob. I cast your Nuts game versus Energized earlier. That was pretty insane. Oxyotl out of ammo, fighting against some chaff, and then his Cold-Blooded were out. That was pretty hype. All right, this is starting up. I'm going to check the Photoshop quick to make sure I didn't miss anything that last time, but I don't think I did. Yep, everything was fine. Back to what we're doing here. Okay, so we have Hank Cyrus on his Wood Elves. Looks like we have double Waystalker up on this hill. We have a Spellweaver of High Magic in the sky. Glade Riders with Spears in the Vanguard across the entire thing. And other than that, we have 7 Glade Guard. 8 Glade Guard. Just so many Glade Guards. Starfire Shafts, Glade Guard, Starfire Shafts, Starfire Shafts, Glade Guard, Starfire Shaft, Starfire Shafts. Cool. Like, no melee infantry for Wood Elves, because of course not. On the other side, we do have a Rune Lord on foot, a Master Engineer. We have Bugman's Rangers, followed by 3 other Rangers and another Bugman's. Longbeards, Dwarf Warriors, Warriors Dragonfire Pass, Dwarf Warriors, Longbeards, etc. Dragonback Slayers, Dwarf Warriors, Longbeards. And the Goblobber Arwar Grudge Thrower, which is having about as good of a time as you would expect. I think the Wood Elves will win this one, because I've seen the Dwarves try to do this many times, and I've seen them fail many times. So I think the Wood Elves are going to walk up here, and I think they will eventually just attrition down everything the Dwarves have. I mean, they've already almost lost their Grudge Thrower, which is pretty bad. Goodbye for Poland. I got a couple of your replays in. Sorry you have to go to bed, but we did our best. You have a good night. My Wood Elves, I played them like 3 times. High Elves, I have 4 Eternal Guards, but they are just chilling. Ah, there they are. Yep, look at the map. Okay, smart. 4 Eternal Guards, but they just chill. I agree. So, the Wood Elves should honestly just take probably the trades with these Bugman Rangers. If you focus all your fire on them, it is 8 versus 5, and you will slowly whittle them down. It looks like some of the Glade Guard are firing on random other things. But you can see fire now pouring in on the Bugman's Rangers and the basic Rangers. That's doing pretty good. Soul Quench cast on the side of these Rangers does more damage. More arrows of Kurnos are going to take out the Goblobbers. And somehow, okay, they rout, but they still have one of their unit models alive. Now you can see these Rangers here are about to rout. Bugman's Rangers over here are about to rout as well. Now it is a 2-for-2 trade, but I mean, that's 40% of the Dwarven force, and that's maybe 25, 30% of the Wood Elf force. It's not quite comparable. There are Glade Riders here from Cyrus ready to catch anything that routes off, though it looks like these Rangers are going to take a weird little route because of the appearance of the Glade Riders. But there we go. We're already down to 2 Rangers and a Bugman's Ranger versus all these Wood Elves. Goblobbers not coming back. Eternal Guard still chilling. No reason for them to move up and get shot, I suppose. More arrows pouring in onto these Bugman's Rangers, really making sure they're not going to come back, but I disagree with some of the arrow priorities. I would just take out the Rangers and then you could just shoot infinitely without taking counterfire. But it looks like Cyrus has a lot going on. Goblobber crew routed off and killed. So they are officially gone forever, no matter what. Wood Elves are still raining in multicolored fire over everyone. Another Soul Quench hits these Rangers in the back, doing more damage. And the Dwarves are now starting to advance, so let the true kiting begin. Glade Guard are not 360, though. So every time they move back, they will be taking fire without bringing it back. The double Waystalker move up and try to make everybody's lives a little bit more miserable. I just realized I predicted the Wood Elves to win, but another box... There's a box on my bingo board that says Wood Elves lose, and there's a box on my bingo board that says that I get something right. So either way, we're getting a box out of this. Die, Wood Elves! I agree, Robert Zimmer. I agree. But this is our friend of the channel, Hank Cyrus, so we can't root against them that hard. I can root against the Wood Elves, but not against him. Alright. Flash Bomb on top of these Glade Riders. That is a good play from the Dwarven player, and that really takes the wind out of the sails of these Glade Riders. They try to take out some Rangers, but run out of juice. Glade Rider Spear is going to chase down those Bugman Rangers, and for the Dwarves, we have 1 strong unit of Bugman's Rangers and 3 tattered regular Rangers. Wood Elves are kiting all over. Maybe these Eternal Guards with shields will have to come up after all. Wood Elves are a little bit ahead of the bounce power. Glade Riders are going to shatter these Bugman's Rangers. 4 of them will live to tell the tale. Waystalkers are almost out of ammunition. And can you imagine if the Wood Elves are the next people to get a reload mechanic? Like, Vampire Coast originally had it. Now Dwarves also have it. Wood Elves next, baby. And it's going to be terrible. These Waystalkers have been, it looks like, sniping the Master Engineer, getting some good damage onto him. And all these Longbeards and Dwarf Warriors trying to push off Archers are just getting kited into oblivion. Another beautiful Soul Quench coming in. I'm going to fast forward a little bit as more arrows pour in. As more arrows pour in. Pouring in. Very good control from the Archers so far. None of them have been caught in melee. None of them have been distracted or anything like that. Glade Riders are very good at diving in and just finishing off anything that's close. And these Waystalkers should probably be following these units and making sure they actually go off and none of them rally. The Dwarves are out of ranged assets except for 1 Master Engineer, but other than that, the Wood Elves are running a little low on ammunition, but they can still use the rest of it at their leisure. If there are Slayers, the Dragonback Slayers should be big targets for these volleys. Looks like Longbeards are also getting shot. They are bronze shielded and 100 armor, but I guess it's not silver shields. A little more kiting. A little more kiting. Wood Elves just shooting a Dwarven box as it waits. Oh, as it waits. The Master Engineer has been trying to snipe this Spellweaver for most of the game, but even he's running a little bit out of ammo from all this shit. Fire Ring of Thori takes out almost a full unit of Glade Guard, and it looks like they will actually be routed off. They do come back, and they're kind of the only Glade Guard with ammunition, so the Dwarves really do want them to be okay. Now comes the tricky part for the Wood Elves, the late game. Eternal Guard fighting the Warriors of Dragonfire Pass. There are some Slayers that will need to be killed, but the main point is to try to get a mass rout from the Dwarves. Now, the Dwarves are not Skaven, they're not Beastmen, they're not Greenseans. They are a very, very high leadership faction. And mass routing them will be quite difficult, especially with a Slayer or two in the mix. Hard to tell where the Slayers are, but I know there's one over there. Last few shots from the Wood Elves are coming in. And the double Waste Stalkers try to run in and get a quick snipe onto this Master Engineer. Looks like they're getting some good hits in, but the Rune of Negation is saving him from a lot. Spellweaver for High Magic dives in, also trying to gank the Rune Lord. And I guess that is true. It's not Thoric we're used to dealing with. This is a Rune Lord. He's actually pretty pathetic melee combatant comparatively. Dwarves are starting to rout, and that means when they leave the box, the Wood Elves do have to focus on chasing them down. Don't let them come back in any way, and just leave some archers to fight for the meantime. Longbeards are wavering. Dwarf Warriors are almost out of here. Longbeard's also wavering. We have just a few Dragonback Slayers and a Rude Lord left. I think we can fast forward at this point, as the Wood Elves are just going to chew them up and spit them out. Wood Elves win. 1,800 on the caster, 1,600 and 1,300 on the Waste Stalkers. Good use of them. Glade Guard, I had some minor complaints about target selection, but overall excellent use of them. None of them were forgotten and got caught in melee combat as far as I could see, so that's really good. Glade Riders didn't get good value, but they were mostly there to sweep out anything that got pulled outside the box. Master Engineer had some good targeting, good plays. Rune Lord didn't get good damage, but he mostly was a support unit. Cast some runes, but this is how the Dwarf Wood Elf matchup usually goes for me. Some people say they can beat it. I know RTK Houseplant has a pretty good build for it that he showed me, and it's one of those things where you see the build and you're like, that doesn't work. But, you know, he has a good win rate on it. When I watch him play it, he plays it well, so it works for him. But whenever I play Dwarves, man, I struggle with that one. It's a tough one. Okay, Photoshop. Photoshop. So, I did guess an army correctly. 5 artillery in one game. Wood Elves lose. Mage value. Army sub. None of this other stuff's true. Lovely. Yep, Cyrus, I would say the targeting could be a little bit better, but otherwise you played it really well. Keeping all your stuff in control. All right, we have RTK Honeynut versus Goat Subutai. And I want Honeynut to win for multiple reasons. 1, Honeynut's a chat. 2, Honeynut's RTK. And 3, Honeynut's playing the Beastmen versus the Wood Elves. And if the Wood Elves lose, fuck Wood Elves, they lose. And also I get a thing. All right. For the Beastmen, we have the Eye of Morsleep Cygor. Brave Shaman of Death with Spirit Leech and his little Jagged Dagger. We have Traitor Kin and Jagged Dagger. Then we have Morgur the Shadowgave with Chaos Spawn summons. We have 4 Ungor Raiders, 2 Centaurs over here, 2 Centaurs over here, Ungor Raiders and Ungor Herds and Gore Herds across the front line. On the other side, we have the Sisters of Twilight, 5 Dryads, Blade Singers along with Ariel, Lost Sylvan Knights, Wild Riders, and Wild Riders. Those Lost Sylvan Knights are going to get Traitor Kin, and they're going to have a very bad time. Eye of Morsleep also does magic damage, apparently, with his ammunition, so even worse for Lost Sylvan Knights. They're actually going to have a very bad day. Waste Stalkers shouldn't have wasted ammo versus non-SC targets. True enough, I suppose. And normal archers should be fire at will. That's true. But there's a lot to micro going on. Ungor Raiders getting a nice little poke on the Sisters of Twilight. Sisters honestly didn't do very much damage at all to these Gore Herds. They do have bronze shields and scattered formation, so interesting. Sisters are... Sisters are going to tee off on these Ungor Raiders, do a lot more damage there. Dryads are getting shot as they come up. And the Eye of Morsleep is throwing at the Blade Singers and missing a lot, which is one of the reasons I don't really like him. Eye of Morsleep and the ROR Rogue Idol both just miss a lot with their rocks, which is a problem. Sisters are trying to snipe out the double caster, but being on foot, they are a little harder to kill. And Centaurs will sweep up and try to clean out some of these Dryads, as the Ungor Raiders might get slightly compromised there. On the far side, the Wood Elves are piling up both of their elite cav units, as only one is on this side, so it's a bit of a flank overload. Traitor Kin should definitely be cast over in that direction. Is that Apotheosis? Apotheosis onto some Dryads. That's pretty nice. And then what is this? Soul Stealer? Yes. Soul Stealer also coming in. So 2 Wood Elf spells coming in right away. Soul Stealer did hit. Morgur did hit some Centaurs and Ungor Raiders. That's pretty good. Centaurs on the far side. Get involved a little bit. Try to fight, but get very swiftly killed. It looks like a spell was going to cast over there and miss, so Honey Nut cancels it somehow. Maybe with the Jagged Dagger. I don't know what happened there. Morgar is beating up Ariel quite a bit. Looks like Centaurs could charge in soon. Blade Singers have gotten engaged, though, and they're going to make mincemeat of these Ungor Raiders, who very quickly go bye-bye. Ungor Raiders on this side are poking down the Sisters of Twilight. And an Apotheosis on the Blade Singers will keep them in the fight a little bit longer. I Have More Sleep still throwing at the Great Stag Knights, trying to get damage on them, but it looks like it has missed many of its shots. It's down to half ammunition, and it's gotten 650 value. So this boy's been missing. This boy has been missing. Now I Have More Sleep's going to run at Ariel. I wonder if he has his net or not. Centaurs are trying to surround her. And the Beastmen have a good number of chaff left. Beastmen are a little bit ahead on the balance power, but it's anyone's game at this moment. It really depends if we get some magic damage on the Lost Sylvan Knights and whether or not it can connect. Ooh, a Traderkin on them would be very good, but looks like he's going to get shot and routed off. So it might have to be Spirit Leech spam. Maybe. I Have More Sleep throwing a rock at point blank range. That'll make him hit, and Spirit Leech comes in at the same time. Very nice. But a Berry Wine, probably? No, Apotheosis. Apotheosis on the Lost Sylvan Knights will try to keep them healthy. Though, Ariel's going to be careful. She's not unbreakable anymore, and she is getting a little bit low. Sisters have turned their thoughts onto the other mage, rather than the Bray Shaman of Wilds. And the first Chaos Spawn summon is fighting Wild Riders over here. Didn't really notice that. I think it's the first. I feel like I would have seen another Chaos Spawn running around. Big pink bastards. There they are. Second one's out too. So both Chaos Spawn summons are burned. This one, how far are you? He's about halfway along. Ariel's getting murdered by Morgar. Alright, Morgar. Morgar does a lot more damage to her than I would have thought. She has 50 melee defense, he has 55 melee attacks, so I guess, yeah, he's pretty good at janking her down. With Ariel routing, the Wood Elves fall very far behind in the balance power. Spirit Leech comes yet again, onto Lost Sylvan Knights. It is overcasted, so it could reach them. But it doesn't look like he took damage, so he's okay. The Sisters are still shooting at the Bray Shaman of Death. Pretty fine with their position in the sky over there, but having a tough time shooting a Footlord. Ariel rallies, and that could be big. Blackhorn's Ravagers are fighting both Lost Sylvan Knights and Dryads, and it looks like they're doing okay versus both. They're hanging in there, and they're ITP. Ooh, that's pretty big. Alright, these boys are ITP. Cool, good for them. And the Cygor gets a huge hit on the Lost Sylvan Knights from behind. They're down to 9 models, which is pretty bad. Dryads fighting these boys. It looks like Centaurs might come over and rear charge them pretty soon, which will rout them off. Now, the Bray Shaman of Death is gone. But the Eye of More Sleep still punking down these Great Stag Knights. Morgar is surrounded by Wild Riders. If they can kill him and these spawns disappear, which they just did, maybe the Wood Elves can clinch this back out. I mean, they have Ariel. She's potent. Morgar's getting really worked on by these Wild Riders. The Wood Elf player should not move them off of Morgar, or at least like recycle charge or something, but they're trading way up, which is good at this point. Lost Sylvan Knights do get routed off. Centaurs are going to follow them. Doesn't look like they'll be coming back anytime soon. And what's going on over here? Morgar is routing. Took a lot of damage. Ungor Raiders coming back. I Have More Sleeps here. And who did he net? Ariel. Netted Ariel so that these Ungor Raiders could maybe shoot her. They're trying to hit the Wild Riders. So everybody's trying to hit the Wild Riders and save Morgar. Peeling off Morgar there might be a bit of a mistake. Just get the Wild Riders to finish him off, get the big leadership debuff, and also don't let him regen and come back. Beastmen are still a little ahead on the balance of power, though now it's getting risky. Without their Lord, Beastmen are always subject to extensive deathitude. Rest of the Beastmen chaff is coming back in. Wild Riders getting Apotheosis from Ariel, and Morgar is allowed to run off. Now he will regen, and he will try to get his leadership back. Maybe he will come back in this fight. Cygor getting shot at the moment by the Sisters. They're getting great damage onto him. He is trying to fight Wild Riders, though Cygors are not amazing melee combatants. Even though they're called Walmart Giants, they just don't really have the oomph behind them. With 23 melee defense, that's pretty bad. Centaurs coming over should rout off the Wild Riders with the side charge, but it looks like they get caught up in something else and have to momentarily lapse. And Morgar, as I warned, does come back. He's regenning on the far side, and without him dying or going off the map, the Beastman leadership will not take a hit. Ungor Raiders still firing in, doing good damage. Ariel's down to 180 and dead. And dead. Without Ariel, there is no caster. Wood Elves are still almost holding this balance power at dead even as the Eye of More Sleep will rout. Just now, The sisters can't get back in the sky and shoot at him, or it looks like they're just going to kill him in melee even, which could be huge. Morgur is regenning, but he's not quite ready to fight just yet. And what do the Beastmen have? Blackhorn's Ravagers, barely hanging on. Some other Gore herds and Ungor Spearman herds coming back. We have Ungor Raiders, and the Eye of Morsleep is dead. Centaurs rally, they're going to have to immediately fight these Wild Riders, otherwise they're just going to get routed off the map anyway. And they do get a nice side charge onto the Wild Riders, maybe even routing them instead. And that could be big. They're hanging on. 3 leadership, 0, -24. Alright, they are off. A lot of the Wood Elf chaff is off. It's down to the Sisters. Sisters are fighting Ungor Raiders. Morgur is standing around. He's tired, but it looks like Honeynut's trying to rest him and get some vigor back, and also regen. Clearly. Pogger. Yeah, he's chilling. Ungor Raiders are going to fire up the Sisters. Sisters still have ammunition, too, that they can use and shoot down. But the Wood Elves are out of stuff. They're out of juice. Can Morgur live? Morgur gets thrown into the sky, as a Footlord does, and Centaurs are going to run into the back of the Sisters. Morgur's chilling. Morgur's vibing. Sisters are at 1,200. Morgur's at 500 now. He took 200 damage there, but the Sisters take 3. They're getting poked down by Centaurs slightly. Morgur's at 500 now. Sisters are at 600. But they do get army lost, and it won't matter who will win that duel as the army losses take them down. And Honeynut will be a champion. 2,200 on Morgur. Wow, 2,200 on Morgur. Good God. I guess he was hitting aerial, though. Okay. Brave Shaman of Death got 600 value. Brave Shaman of Wild's got like less than 100 because he didn't get to cast a spell before he got sniped. As is the way versus Wood Elves. Ungor Raiders, mixed value, but overall good. Centaurs, mixed value, but overall good. And Eye of Morsleep, great value. Sisters got excellent value. Aerial did not great. Only 700 value from someone that expensive is ideal. Blade Singers did okay. Triads overall did okay. Wild Riders, oh my God, one of them got 3,500 value. Holy shit. That's incredible. 500 over there, 900 over there. So those Wild Riders killed almost a third of the Beastmen army. Well, yeah. A third, a fourth, whatever. All right. That was a good one. That was a good one. Honeynut. The Cygor Onion. Honeynut is the chat of the week. No. We lost. Ah, Wood Elves. The joys. Where's my brush? We'll switch it to green. Wood Elves lost. Yes, yes. Mirror match. Wood Elves take no ranged? No, they have the Sisters. That's looking like about it. Still no Eltharion or Tretch. Hey, wait a second. I saw that up there. Wood Elves versus Beastmen, Haggard Box. There's so many Wood Elves versus Beastmen. Good God. Rakarth. Rakarth is good. BS Depth Guard Rush. Okay. We're going to get some more of these old ones out of the way so that people get their just dues. Butcherbird versus myself. Greenskins versus Bretonnia. Sure, why not? Sure, why not? Okay. Boom, boom. Chadger. Hint, hint. Lord dies in 2 minutes. The Lord didn't die in 2 minutes. You liar. You liar. Alright, Fey Enchantress, double Paladin for Butcherbird. Other than that, we have Knights of the Realm, Questing Knights, Knights of the Realm, Questing Knights, Knights of the Realm, Questing Knights, Knights of the Realm. 3 Archers, 2 Spearmen, 5 Peasant Mobs. On my side, for the Greenskins, we had some Orc Boys, we had some Goblins, we had the 8 Peak Loons, more Orc Boys. I had 3 Stone Trolls with a couple Chevrons on them for some leadership. Goblin Wolf Riders to kind of act like dogs and chase down Archers if I could get onto them. And we do have 2 Skirmish Cav off in the distance, Morgrim's Mages Marauders, and Forest Goblin Spider Riders. River Troll Hag with Spirit Leech and Mither. We have Scarsnick with Fermented Fungi, Sneaky Stabbin' or whatever the fuck, the plus 16 bonus versus large and some AP stuff, and a Goblin Big Boss with his debuff. Fey Double Paladin are going to commit onto some goblins. I do try to throw some stone trolls at them. Maybe they would do good damage. On the other side, I just want to take the infantry fight as quickly as possible because he only has 5 peasant mobs and they all suck. So I can win any infantry fight I take. The problem is going to be these cav blobs. Now we do blob up a bit here. I thought these goblins were going to rout off, so I thought the orc boys would be the only support I was going to get. And I wanted to get more stone trolls in there before I cast Skarsnik's anti-large thing. There it is. Spited to Mad Boon. 16 bonus versus large and a bunch of arm-piercing damage. River Troll Hag runs in as well. And I start to try to force path past them so I can get us around, but it doesn't really work. And a nice Comet of Castadora comes in from the Chalice of Potions from the Fey Enchantress. Far side infantry are just fighting some knights and overall getting cycle charge, but this is the only thing that really mattered at the time. Paladins are taking some damage, so are questing knights. I try to cast a Fermented Fungi on, it looks like the Paladin, but that was clearly a misclick, as there's a million units there. Some stone trolls maybe get off to the side. I was trying to get them in here, but the Knights of the Realm charge them, and they're going to take a shitload of damage, but that is stopping me from getting these. Because I was trying to get these trolls out, and my micro was just too slow, but I was trying to get the trolls out and wrap. Because if I can wrap there, that's okay. Stone Troll's doing okay. Wah comes down. Now on the far side, my infantry are slowly pushing up, and Knights of the Realm are taking attrition damage, but I mean, we're having troubles getting onto these peasant bowmen. I should have took these skirmish cav and wrapped around, but I was distracted. Now there's a big mass rout coming in, and that's pretty tragic for the greenskins, but it does look like the Fey Enchantress and Double Paladin are pulling away. All in all, Bretonnia probably got a little better of these trades so far. They are ahead on the balance of power, and I wouldn't disagree. Goblin Big Boss is healthy, Skarsnik's healthy, River Troll Hag's healthy, but everything else is taking just so much damage. Orc Boys getting surrounded and killed, and the cavalry are being a bit of a problem. Questing Knights trying to chase down some Goblin Wolf Riders who are following off Knights of the Realm and a Peasant Mob, just trying to keep both of them busy. Meanwhile, some Skirmish Cav is also shooting the Questing Knights and keeping these Peasant Bowmen running, so that side went very well for me. Over here, though, as I said earlier, the only thing that matters, more Stone Trolls routing, more Stone Trolls routing still. They actually haven't finished routing ever. Spirit Leech coming from the River Troll Hag onto some of these knights, but it's mostly just my little hero corps here standing against the tide, because all of our chaff has died from comets and Mortis Engine and charges and etc. Bretonnia is still pretty far ahead on the balance of power. Goblin Wolf Riders riding away from Questing Knights at this point. Skirmish Cav still chasing around archers and those Questing Knights. Peasant Bowmen are here to throw some poison arrows into the mix, do some damage to my River Troll Hag, lower her leadership even more. But they did put the slap on the Paladin that got a little too close to them. And now I'm freed up for a moment before Paladin attacks my Goblin Big Boss, gets a huge hit on him, which is bad. Big bad. Infantry having a bad time. A lot of things. In case you haven't noticed me saying the words bad a lot, it's because it's a bad time. Now my infantry is trying to come over here to where they can be useful again, but this battle got very spread out, which Bretonnia likes because they're fast as fuck with all their horses. Another Spirit Leech on to Questing Knights, I believe. Yeah, Questing Knights over there. And I do make sure the Goblin Big Boss and Skarsnik stay together. Yet the Paladin gets another nice hit on my Goblin Big Boss, which made me sad panda. And my River Troll Hag can't quite hit him. So that trade was terrible, because, I don't know, RNG's a bitch, but also Paladins are pretty good at hitting Goblin Big Bosses, so rip. Goblins trying to get on the Paladin. Mostly I'm just slowly waddling after my doom here. Bretonnia is slightly ahead on the bounce power. Now at this point I'm kind of just getting kited. Cleaning up whatever is left on the battlefield in various areas from his knights. And I'm casting Spirit Leeches whenever I can with the River Troll Hag and Skarsnik. But we pretty much just have Skarsnik, River Troll Hag, and 2 Skirmish Cav, which won't be enough to win. Knights are blobbing up to get healed. It was kind of a close battle, but it just wasn't enough. At this point we get Cycle Charged. Everything's routing except for Skarsnik. Skarsnik gets surrounded, and I lose. Fey got 1400 value. Paladin 900 and 800. Peasant mobs all traded up because fuck peasant mobs. You kind of ruined watching Logic stream for me now. Every time I hear "in the pocket," I notice it. You didn't notice it before? Peasant Bowman, one of them got good value. The other 2 didn't, but didn't seem to matter. Knights of the Realm overall did okay. Questing Knights overall did fine, but it was mostly the Fey and her Paladin boys. And routing. I mean, greenskins route more than you get value from them. Orc Boys did okay. 8 Peak Loons did okay. Goblin Wolf Riders actually did excellently. Because they chased off stuff and killed it. But it was a rough go. It was a rough go. Alright, did I get anything for that? Mage, nope, 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 nope. Nope, nope. No, nothing. I shattered the glass. Well, too bad. We'll cast the Cyrus game. Just Fey things. More Fey things. Rebane on the Tomb Kings versus Hank Cyrus on the Bretonnians. And at least we get fucking Gotrek. Let's go. We get Gotrek. I have been messaged. I will check it later. Alright. So for Cyrus, we have 2 questing knights. I thought I saw a third. There they are. Third questing knight and the Knights Errant Defenders of Fleur-de-Lis. We have men-at-arms mixed with peasant mobs, mixed with the Holy Wardens and other battle pilgrims. Okay, so a lot of infantry for Bretonnian standards. Peasant bowmen, fire arrows mixed in with peasant bowmen. I wonder if there are any pox arrows. Doesn't look like it. Fey Enchantress, a Paladin, and a Gotrek, which is nice. I don't hate Gotrek in this matchup. He can do pretty well. Bretonnians slow pushing up. I mean, their infantry are sprinting, but their cavalry is waiting for their infantry to move up. On the side of Rebane, we have 2 skeleton horse archers. 4 skeleton horse archers. We have some skeleton spearmen, skeleton warriors. Looks like we have double, triple Screaming Skull catapult. More skeleton spearmen across the front line. In the back, some more skeleton warriors. We have 1 Sparkle Stalker. We have 3 Sparkle Stalkers and Arkin the Black. This is an interesting build. Kind of a weird Tomb Kings-ish kite build. Maybe it's a reincarnation of someone from the Victorian times. They were way obsessed with pockets back then. Teehee. Was the one versus immense. I cast that one before. I checked that one out, and I swear to God I cast that exact one before, unless you did the exact same battle with him on the same map. And also had Sartorial and some Forsaken pull out Trollhammer torpedoes and kill them. So I think I deleted that one because I cast it before, or I cast the exact same thing. The Screaming Skull catapults all missed like 2 volleys. No, they didn't, you're lying. They're hitting perfectly. Look at them hitting perfectly. Look at them go. I mean, like 2 of those skulls hit out of like 7. The Bretonnians have reached the front line, which is bad news bears for the Tomb Kings. They don't have nearly the same frontline quality, and that's kind of shocking to say about Bretonnia, but it's true. Cyrus does have some questing knights back here that need to be pulled up, but archers are in range of the Screaming Skull catapults now, and that is usually the end of Screaming Skull catapults. Battle pilgrims are killing some skeleton spearmen. But Fey Enchantress takes a nasty shot from Sparkle Stalkers. Their ammunition is magic damage, though, and she has magic and missile resist, and physical resist, honestly. She's just not an easy lady to kill. Holy Wardens get involved against the Skeleton Warrior summon, but they're wrecking it pretty quickly. Archers are almost done taking out that Screaming Skull catapult, and that'll take down 1/3 of the firepower of the Tomb Kings. These 2 knights do need to get involved. Cyrus now gives them orders, and they are going to run forward. But this has been going okay. Peasant archers are doing alright. This one can maybe pull away. But these knights are going to run up, deal with some of the skirmishers. Skirmish cav hasn't gotten too much done, and now Screaming Skull catapults won't either. Gotrek fighting some of the Sparkle Stalkers, trying to take them out. Looks like horse archers are going to rout off these men-at-arms, but Bretonnia's in a good state. They're in a good state here. They can push up a lot. Arkin the Black hasn't been able to get enough cheesy stuff out to make this worth their while. Questing knights killing some skeleton warriors, protecting peasant bowmen. That Screaming Skull catapult's gone. Those Sparkle Stalkers are gone. That Screaming Skull catapult's soon to be dead. It isn't going well. It's going very well. I wonder if these questing knights will wrap around and get behind these skeleton warriors. Looks like they try to, but they are getting shot by skeleton horse archers the whole time. Ushapti summon comes down onto the peasant bowmen. That'll force them to run around and not get a lot of value for a little bit. Questing knights fighting spearmen. Maybe going to bounce out and try to attack these skeleton horse archers, but it looks like they're just pathing past them, and skirmish mode is doing its thing. Gotrek killing Sparkle Stalkers. Fey Enchantress Mortis engineering down some skeletons. Name a more iconic duo. Questing Knights coming through the trees. Maybe going to rear charge this Screaming Skull catapult. I think that would be a good choice for them, considering how injured they are. They get Spirit Leeched, but they will get a little leadership bonus from charging, and they will certainly be winning in combat. That'll help them even more. Bretonnia is slightly ahead on the balance of power. The Ushabti summon, when it fades, will put them even further ahead. Screaming Skull Catapults and Horse Archer play has routed off a lot of Peasant Bowmen, so that could be a problem in the future. But this hero squad is going to be very, very difficult to kill. Comet of Cassandora from the Fey Enchantress comes down. Again, it's the Chalice of Potions, but the spell is the Comet. Hey, Battle Tutorial, what up? I think I did, Cyrus. Unless I rewatched it and it looked like the exact same thing. Skeleton Warriors fighting, Defenders of Fleur-de-Lis fighting Sparkle Stalkers. They're all doing okay, but nothing on this planet can kill Gotrek, the Fey Enchantress, and this Paladin. So that doesn't matter too much. Skeleton Horse Archers running out of ammo. Now they do own the backfield. They can run wherever they want, take out all of the bowmen they want. So that's nice. And Battle Tutorial being here, I did post on our Discord, but if you haven't seen it yet, if you go over to his channel, just type in Battle Tutorial on YouTube, and you can go see the interview we did about being a content creator and my thoughts on Warhammer 3, and that was a good amount of fun. A good time. Hello, Siege Tutorials. This is Hammond. Skeleton Horse Archer is going to get a rear charge on these two Peasant Bowmen and will rout them off. That'll be nice for the balance of power, but again, I don't think anything on this earth can stop Gotrek with healing. They're running around. They're running around. Battle Pilgrims, very healthy nearby. Sparkle Stalkers getting rear charged by some Questing Knights, I believe. And then Gotrek getting on top of them. He will also rout them a little bit. Skeleton Horse Archers have gotten rid of all the support for Bretonnia. So what do we have left? Ooh, a big Comet comes down. Kills off any Battle Pilgrims. So now it literally is just Gotrek, Fey Enchantress, and a Paladin versus Arkan the Black, Skeleton Horse Archers that are out of ammo, and some Sparkle Stalkers. It's a big task for Arkan. Arkan tries to get a rear charge in, he takes some damage, takes a lot of damage, and army losses comes in. You felt really bad, by the way, because you remembered the next day. You forgot to ask him the special question. I don't know what the special question is, but pass. 1,200 on Gotrek, 1,600 on the Fey, 850 on the Paladin. As far as the Bretonnian infantry goes, one Battle Pilgrim paid for itself, the other two didn't. Peasant Bowmen did great overall. I mean, they pressured Plague Claw catapults. I mean, Screaming Skull catapults, and they did fine. Questing Knights were good. There just wasn't a lot of things of value for them to kill. Aside from that, Screaming Skull catapults did okay. They missed a lot. Skeleton Horse Archers did well. Skeleton Warriors mixed. Skeleton Spearmen mixed. Sparkle Stalkers, ooh, okay. One of them did well. And Arkan did. Fine. Just Fey things. Fair enough. Where does that leave us? Photoshop. No. 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 Alright, we haven't gotten anything for a while, so I will check out this Tretch roleplay by XMT Way versus Wood Elves, which is a terrible matchup for this Skaven. So if he wins this is going to be nutty. Alright, boop. Okay. So what's replay bingo? I have to keep casting replays until I get a bingo from this screen you see here. You know, these are things that can happen. They're just rare. And I have to keep going until I get a bingo. No matter how many replays it takes. No matter what. I will never give in. So the Skaven, like chumps, think that the Wood Elves are going to be ahead of them, but instead it's the other build I've been talking about, which isn't getting kited. It's getting Mass Cavalry Vanguard rushed. Whee! So the Skaven of Way with a Plague Priest, Rat Ogres, Wolf Rats, Slingers, Death Runners, and some Spears are going to try their best to turn around as they get charged by Glade Riders, Wild Riders, Great Stag Knights. Dryads also can Vanguard a Branch Wraith. Looks like a Ryan, which is bold. And yeah, they're going to have a bad time with that. On the other end here, Way has extended very, very far. Looks like he's coming back now. Where's Tretch? Because I know Tretch is in here. There you are. Tretch is way off in the woods. Just being safe and sound. Go, Tretch, go. Alright. That's why this is named Tretch Roleplay, is because he's just hiding in the trees. Slingers are throwing their little pebbles into some Glade Riders. Trying to get good value there, but that side charge onto Wolf Rats is going to be devastating for their mental. They're going to shatter just about now. Alright, there they go. Skaven, I see a lot of white flags in the air, and most of them are for Skaven. Hawk's Talon comes down from Orion, just moves the Slingers around, though. They do dodge it. And Gehenna's Golden Hounds going off into Nowheresville because RNG is a cruel mistress. The Plague Priest overextends a little bit, and Orion might throw a javelin at his face. Never mind, just going to ignore him. Good for you. Lord dies in 2 minutes. Gone are the days of artillery one-shotting lords in the first volley like in Medieval. True. Whips versus Raptors in a mirror. Oh, okay. I'll have to check that out. Slinger is still peppering in on the Great Stag Knights. Storm Vermin. Ooh, there's some Storm Vermin in here. Sword and Shield and Rat Ogres fighting against all this cav. They are trading okay for now, but all it takes is one break for the whole chain to start up. Glade Riders are routing a little bit. They have high leadership now, so they might rally, even though these Death Runners are close by. They're hidden, so on the Wood Elf screen, there's nothing nearby, so they'll probably rally really soon here. Orion's running around. He did not snipe the Plague Priest when he had a chance, so that's his loss. These Great Stag Knights are staying in combat too long. They do have to be cycle charged, and they can't just sit in the battle and grind. Not meant for that. Glade Riders coming in. They're going to get a charge on the Storm Vermin, Sword, and Shields. And their health is low enough they might break. I mean, they're relatively elite for Skaven Infantry, but they're Skaven Infantry. Might break. Oh, more Storm Vermin. Okay, so there's a lot of Storm Vermin left. Skaven are ahead on the balance of power at this point. Plague Priest is doing okay. He's vibing. He's chilling. Rat Ogres are going to fight off these Glade Riders. Slinger's going to move once again. I'm curious what these Death Runners' value is going to be, because I'm guessing not very much, but we'll see. I don't know. I don't know about this Wood Elf build. I don't think Orion's ideal. You probably want Drycha. Unfortunately, even though Orion's cooler than Drycha. Battle Boy Hubby has a Manticore clip. Ah, yeah, the Luminarch can literally one-shot a Manticore these days. Like, literally just one shot and it shatters for full health. It's pretty great. Storm Vermin are close to routing on this side. The Great Stag Knights do need to be cycle charging more than sitting and fighting. And how are we doing? Tretch is coming from across the battlefield. Welcome back, Tretch. Great Stag Knights chasing off some Slingers. More Slingers are being chased. And the balance power is getting a little more Wood Elf favored than it was a moment ago. Is Ruin better than Plague in multiplayer, or the other way around? Plague is usually better than Ruin, but it depends. Ruin is better if the enemy has any chance of bringing flyers against you, because then you can bring Howling Warp Gale for pretty cheap, and if they have something flying, you can kill it. And if they don't have something flying, then it barely costs you anything. Warp Lightning's okay. Scorch is really good. Plague Priest is routing at the moment, and that's pretty big for the Skaven. Bounce power is getting back more and more towards the Wood Elves. Just a little bit. Wild Riders trying to chase off this guy are getting poked by Storm Vermin, though. Clan Rat, Storm Vermin, Branch Wraith getting caught up in Storm Vermin, Sword and Shields, and if she routes, that might be really bad. What's left for the Skaven? Some wounded-ass Rat Ogres, 2 units of Storm Vermin, and Shattered Remains. Okay, Branch Wraith's going to run. She is fast. Clan Rat Spears are also quite fast, though, so if there's any cav, they might want to go bail her out. Or Orion, at this point, honestly. Orion throwing at Tretch is kind of a waste. Need to help take out these Storm Vermin, Sword, and Shield. But I am predicting that the Skaven are just going to grind this one to a victory. Gehenna's Burning Hounds. Take out some units. Storm Vermin, both units, looks like you're going to surround Orion. And he throws yet again at Tretch, who then gets attacked by Great Stag Knights, fights them off. And now Tretch gets to fight Orion, and Orion whoops his ass. Okay. So Tretch is having a terrible time. Meanwhile, Branch Wraith? Ah, the Branch Wraith is back. That's pretty big. Oh, she only has Earthblood, though. She isn't a Pendulum. Okay, Pendulum would have been big to clear out these Storm Vermin. So Tretch is terror routing, but he will rally. Orion's still fighting in here. Gets another nice shot onto Tretch. Storm Vermin are standing around, going to try to grind with him forever. And what are these? Death Runners rallying near the Branch Wraith as well. Does Orion have a buff for Cav? In campaign he has a buff for Cav. In this he has a buff for everyone with charge bonus. It's the Horn of the Wild Hunt. But it's just a charge bonus thing. Like it's fine. It's just not incredible. Horn of the Wild Hunt, 60% charge bonus. Rat Ogres are trying to fight against Glade Riders with Spears, and they do a pretty good job of that. But Orion's going to come over and slam into them, and that'll be a bad time. Tretch will rally. Kenna's Golden Hounds also cast a Storm Vermin. Probably want to cast it when they're more clumped up on you rather than out in the middle of nowhere. Glade Riders running. Rat Ogres are terror routing. Orion's back. It's Orion in the branch wave, pretty much. A little bit of fast forwarding as he's going to run around in circles. Terror routes and he is still fighting. Ranch Wraith is fighting some Rat Ogres, and she casts healing on herself, which will keep her in the fight, and that was pretty huge. And without the Rat Ogres, these Clan Rats are also probably going to head for the hills pretty quickly. Orion is getting worn down over here by these Storm Vermin, and he will run off, and he wants to go fight Tretch. And he will. And he knocks him over. And he knocks him over again. And he knocks him over again. And then he hits him. Army Losses comes in. Orion's unbreakable, so he will fight to the very end. But, I don't know. If he has Cloak of Isha, he can heal up quite a bit over time. Storm Vermin, if he can catch Tretch, which he should be able to. If he can catch Tretch and kill him, Skaven Leadership's going to plummet. Okay. Orion's still running. He's still pathing. He caught him and killed him. That will be a leadership debuff. These Clan Rat with Spears are immediately going to tear out the natural route. More routing. More routing. There's one Storm Vermin left. It's still fighting him. Other Storm Vermin are here, but they're so low on health and leadership. I'll double time it, but I won't triple time it. Orion's getting whittled. He's getting whittled. He's healing. He's getting whittled. He's healing. He's healing. Can he do it? Can he grind through all these Storm Vermin? No. He is slowly getting dragged down, and he will charge away. He charged away to fight these spears. He thought he could maybe route them quicker and heal up a little bit, but he does eventually fall, and the Storm Vermin will carry the day. 790, 1800, 1000, 1400. Slingers did not very much. Dogs didn't do very much. Rat Ogres did okay. Storm Vermin carrying the day. Tretch definitely not. Plague Priest did fine. The big problem was the Great Stag Knights just stayed in combat for too long. 700, 800, 1400. Glade Riders of Spears, mixed value. Dryads, mixed value. And the Branch Wraith needed Pendulum. That was a big thing. Needed Pendulum. But Orion did great. That was a battle of a meme lord. Alright, what did we get? Photoshop. Alrighty. Would Elf take no range? Orion had a ranged attack. This doesn't count. We got Tretch. Skaven didn't win versus Beastmen or Chaos. They won versus Wood Elves. Alright, we continue. We continue on, my friends. Everchosen? Rakarth. Dark Elves Cav failure. High Elves versus Brett Giga Gaming, we have to check out. So it's No Cane, No Gain, I believe, as well as Anvil of Doom versus Chad Thorgrim. Bretonnia versus High Elves. If the High Elves win this, we get High Elves win something, which is one of our things. Alright. What do we have here? So for No Cane, No Gain, we have Illyrian Reaver Archers, Heralds of the Wind Illyrian Reaver Archers, and a third Illyrian Reaver Archer. Double Phoenixes. One Alariel the Radiant to heal up the Phoenixes. We have triple Phoenix Guard defending a Bolt Thrower. Okay, that's brand new. Skaven won, a lot less mouths to feed. A Skaven victory and a huge feast. True. True. For the Bretonians, we have a couple archers. It looks like 3. Ooh, Phoenix Poop. That was a good Phoenix Poop. Take that, Peasant Bowman. So we have 2 Peasant Archers now, for all that matters. Fey, double Paladin. 5 Peasant Mobs. It looks like Men-at-Arms, Polearms, Men-at-Arms, Men-at-Arms, Polearms. Grail Knights, Questing Knights. Grail Knights. Companions of Quenell's Questing Knights. So a lot of elite knights, as one would expect, but very elite, even for Bretonnia. And not a lot to deal with these Phoenix Guard. These Phoenix Guard might actually have a pretty good time. Phoenix going to fly over there, probably take care of those archers, rout them off as well. And this Phoenix is coming for these archers. More bird poops, just taking out the peasant bowmen. Very nice. Faye gets stuck in on the Phoenix Guard. I wonder if they will be able to hold. Larry even throws in an Earthblood just for good measure. Ooh, but a Dwellers Below is coming down from the Fae Enchantress, and that's going to do a lot of damage to this Phoenix Guard, and that would be quite bad. The last archer is about to be taken out, though, by these Flamespire Phoenixes, and that'll be good. Star of Avalorn comes down and try to keep the Phoenix Guard alive. That's pretty good. And a rear charge from one of the Phoenixes, a frontal charge from Larry herself, and they're really trying to goon out this Fae squad, which can be quite hard to do. Questing Knights charging into the back of these Spearmen. We'll shut down the Eagle Bolt Thrower most likely soon. But this Paladin's getting a little low. Phoenix Guard are hanging in there because of the Star of Avalorn. And their heal cap's already within sight, which is weird for an infantry unit. I don't usually see that. Ooh, big blunder there from the Flamespire Phoenix. It was in melee combat too long with these Peasant Bowmen and gets caught by Grail Knights who are just going to delete it. Peasant Bowman raining in fire. Just doing pretty good. That Paladin's getting a little bit low, and he might honestly tear her up pretty soon. Fae Enchantress is even taking a little bit of damage. And what started off great for the High Elves is looking a little questionable, especially with this Phoenix getting low. Maybe if it gets his rebirth, it can make it out of here, but unlikely. Larry even routes. Looks like the Paladins put the hurt on her while we were looking away. And a Comet of Casadora comes down, takes out a bunch of Phoenix Guard and some peasants, but who cares about the peasants? High Elves got this? Well, we'll see. It's gotten pretty shaky. High Elves are now behind on the balance of power. Phoenix gets murderified. Flamespire Phoenix trying to fight as more Phoenix Guard pile in. Fae Enchantress overcasts on the Earthblood, trying to heal up her in a little hero squad. And the Illyrian Reaver archers are popping back in to say hello, throwing some shots out. Larry's back. She probably wants to cast Star of Avalorn on the Phoenix and herself, so she's running to get right next to it, most likely. Looks like this bad boy's about to rout, unless he gets his rebirth. Rebirth! Let's go. Now he's heal capped. Can the Phoenix Guard just grind this out? It seems unlikely because there's a frickin' Mortis engine in here with the Fae Enchantress, but maybe, I guess? Maybe. Illyrian Reaver archers running around, going pew-pew, killing lots of things. And Larry standing up in the sky, menacingly, looming. Ow! Overcast Earthblood almost kills her, but then she hangs in there due to Earthblood healing her back up. Far side, Grail Knights getting kited out by these Illyrian Reaver archers. They're going to do too much damage, but they're just annoying, the Grail Knights. And a Star of Avalorn is popped. Is Larry in it? It looks like she is. Alright, good. She's in it. One of the Paladins might rout. Fae Enchantress is getting low on health and leadership. I wouldn't be shocked or angry if Larry decided to dive down in there and just boop her. Boop her. Boop her. Nah, Larry's chilling. Larry's just going to heal up. Illyrian Reaver archers are kiting. I do think the Bretonnians are taking this a little too seriously. I think they need to get these knights back here, and they're now realizing that and maybe running back in. These Illyrian Reaver archers don't matter that much. Fae Double Paladin are both running away. The last bird poops are coming in for these peasant mobs who are going to scatter a little bit. And I wonder where this guy's going. Phoenix Guard get healed up yet again. It looks like they're just going to try to win through Halberd. Larry, dive in there, please. Please Uh-oh, that's bad. That's bad for the High Elves. There's a comet coming from the Chalice of Potions. Phoenix in the distance is taking a little bit of poke. He gets another rebirth, but doesn't matter because he's heal captain. Boom! Oh, big comet. High Elves are in real trouble. Now Larry dives in and immediately deletes the Fae Enchantress. Oh, we were asking for it. Oh, we were asking for it. All right, the Fae getting deleted. There's a mass rout coming in for the Bretonnians. That could be huge. That Paladin's super low and running. Enchantress honestly might be dead. And look at all these running units. All of a sudden the High Elves are ahead on the balance of power just because of the sheer amount of running boys. If the Illyrian Reaver archers are able to, they should bounce out and just follow things off the map. Make sure they don't come back. Larry needs to cycle charge Paladins most likely, or I guess leave the Phoenix Guard to do it. But now the High Elves are looking like they're in a very good spot. There is no magic, there is no healing, there is no Mortis Engine. And now literally every Bretonnian unit is running besides this Paladin, whose leadership bar is blinking. It's hard to decide whether or not Larry should just dive him, because if he hits her, it could go the other way really fast. So, Phoenix King, I'm used to the Phoenix King being the high elf guy. No Kane, no gain is actually going to do the smart thing and pull away. Decides to keep Alarielle as safe as possible from the Paladin. We all know that the Paladins suck against hordes of infantry and especially Phoenix Guard. So Larry is going to join in the chase parade, make sure this entire pocket doesn't come back at all. Companions of Quinnell's Questing Knights charging in, but what can you do against this many Phoenix Guards still? And Larry's going to use all of her Earthbloods on it most likely. Flamespire Phoenix going to rear charge these pole arms, get rid of them very quickly. And the balance of power is super far in the High Elves' favor. That was a little nutty. Phoenix Guard surrounding the Paladin, and it's probably over at this point. He runs around, and he's dead. Jesus Christ. Alright, okay, no game. Alright. One Phoenix Guard get 1,000, 1,500, 2,700. Larry got 1,000. Land Reaver Archers all paid for themselves. Heralds of the Wind got actually really good value. One Phoenix did not get good value. The other one did okay. Faye got 4,500 value because reasons. Paladins got 2,200 and 1,200. I'm guessing none of these knights got value if all that happened. One Grail Knight did okay, otherwise the knights didn't do well. Peasant Bowman, none of them paid for themselves. And Pole Arms, one of them did okay. But 4,500 on the Fey Enchantress. That's a Mortis Engine that goes burr. Giga Gaming. I like that. Okay, I'll just delete that file. All right, I know we got some bingos off. Well, not bingos, but we got some things. Phoenix's win. Let's switch colors again. We'll go to gold for the High Elves. Phoenix's win. High Elves win a game. Mage 3,000 plus value. Army sub 400 models. Honestly, I think that one was true too, but I forgot to check. Well, shit. Well, I didn't check, so it doesn't count. Yeah. That's good stuff. Giga Chad. Those comets and the dwellers? Yeah. It was great. Alright. Lizardmen Greenskins. Let's do it. Lord Baltimore versus AIMA Estalian Paymaster. Greenskins, Lizardmen. I don't know if I can get anything out of this one, but we'll see. Lord dies in 2 minutes. Could be true. Oh, there could have been Croxagors. I don't know if there are. I'll look, but I doubt it. Alright, Croxagors? Nope, no Croxagors. So if a Lord dies in 2 minutes, we'll get something. Otherwise, this is just for fun. Force Goblin Spider Rider, Force Goblin Spider Rider, Force Goblin Spider Rider, Force Goblin Spider Rider. So it looks like 4 of them. Goblins across the front line, including the Night Goblin ROR. We have 4 Stone Trolls, Grom the Paunch, River Troll Hag, more Goblins in the back line, and the Hammer of Gork. On the other side, we have, some Chameleon Skinks who immediately get charged and run over by Forest Goblin Spider Riders. Holy shit. Alright, that's a rip. More Chameleon Skinks, some Red Crested Skinks, Saurus Spears, an Ark of Sotek, Krokgar on his Horned One, and a Skink Oracle. Nice stuff. That was a great catch from the Greenskins. That's 650 value just deleted. Yeah. Damn. Hank Cyrus, you're pretty sure you have a 400 unit or less game in here? I'm pretty sure I've cast 2 of them already, but I just forgot to check at the very start. Because I'm pretty sure you can't have double Phoenix, Larry, and triple Phoenix Guard and a Bolt Thrower and get to over 400 units. All right, Grom the Paunch has gotten absolutely messed up from this Skink Oracle, and he gets Overcasted Fireball, and he's taking so much damage. Does Kroq-Gar have Hand of the Gods right now? Because if he dies, he has 26 seconds left to die, but he has to die. Like, he can't just route. 20 seconds left. I think Grom's going to be okay. What else is going on? Red Crystal Skink's fighting goblins. Skirmish Cap still fighting over here. Grom's chilling around. Stone Troll's getting involved in the fight. Grom Paunch still here. We have 8 seconds. He routes. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And he's still alive. So it doesn't count. Ark of Sotek. Oh my god, you're so... He's shattered at 2 minutes, but he isn't dead. Ripper Troll Hag's trying to fight against Kroq-Gar, and that's not going well for her. And an Overcast regular Fireball will make sure that she also runs. And now the Stone Trolls are all getting Terror routed off, and this is going very poorly for the Greenskins. Oh boy. Goblin Rock Lava still firing in. Other than that, Lizardmen are just taking the frontline fight and winning it. Now, if Kroq-Gar can chase off all these Stone Trolls, that's already game over. If they can rally and get some regen in, maybe they'll be okay. But it's looking pretty bad, especially with Grom the Paunch here to give him ITP and a leadership debuff. That's pretty bad. Stone Trolls and the Night Goblin RR putting the hurt on these units down here. These Saurus are all out of sorts. Another Fireball coming in, it looks like for the River Troll Hag, and yep, she takes another hit. Kroq-Gar is chasing off a whole bunch of stuff. This is looking pretty bad. Chad Greenskin player refusing to micro. Alright, some things are rallying, but immediately trolls be trolls, and they're all routing off yet again in the very far back. They're honestly going to start shattering soon with all that health just because of how many times they've routed. Greenskins are still in on the balance of power, but I just don't think they have the muscle behind them. Still on Ark of Sotek does get caught out a little bit. Kroq-Gar's going to run over here, and this might be a big mistake. Getting himself completely surrounded with no support like this is a big problem. I think the Lizardman player got a little overconfident there. Skink Oracle got caught and routed off as well, it looks like, unless he's just somewhere I can't see him. But yeah, I think he's dead. And now Kroq-Gar's sitting in the middle of this pile with no friends around him. How did that happen? What's going on? Chameleon Skink's firing in. Maybe if they can get one more route, like some of these Stone Trolls are definitely on their last route. More Goblins shattering. More things routing slightly. Kroq-Gar's getting close, though he has Deadly Onslaught now. He could probably... What he should do is pull out of this pile if he can, and then just kite with his Chameleon Skinks until they run out of ammo, because there's no reason for him to take this fight anymore, when his kind of only hope is the Chameleon Skinks. Kroq-Gar's fighting, getting some routes in, doing okay. Deadly Onslaught's going to wear off soon, but man, he's taking a lot of damage in this. Chameleon Skinks route off the Hammer of Gork and shatter it, which is a little surprising. And they need to come back. They need to come back here and help out Kroq-Gar. Crocky G. Crocky Balboa. He's fighting. I feel bad the Orc meta is Skirmish Cav and not lots of Orcs. Yeah. Orcs are kind of the worst way to play the Orcs. Grom the Paunch now has 20% physical resist and more vigor. And he's still fighting in here. Looks like Red Crested Skinks are going to charge in. Cold-blooded. Stopping him. He's just kind of using this as like a weird leadership tank thing. And now he's going to actually start kiting. But the 8-peak Loons get a really nice cast on some Chameleon Skinks. And Army is going to come in. So what the fuck happened? I have to see that again. Because I was so sure it was completely over. What happened to the Skink Oracle? Super looking forward to Vampire Counts and Nurgle melee mosh pits? Yeah, I guess. I mean, we're seeing them already. So what happened? Well, I was fast forwarding because I just thought it was over, and it looks like everybody did. All right, Skink Oracle snipes off Grom. This Bastiladon gets pretty low, but then they run away. I mean, they have Earthbloods. They could be healing it. What happens to this guy? Because the Skink Oracle dying is huge. Uh-oh. Ah. He runs way forward. And Kroq-Gar is the only thing trying to bail him out. He takes like a ton of damage while I was looking at something else. Forest Goblin Spider Riders are going to chase him, and he does an attack animation that takes him even further into the shit. He's getting Spirit Leeched. The River Troll Hag's hitting him from behind, though then she's going to Terror Route Natural Route. Stone Trolls are beating the shit out of him. Kroq-Gar is here and just trying to bail him out, but then the Ark of Sotek's coming in. They have no infantry support. They have skirmishers off in the middle of nowhere. Okay, I was like, how did this happen? Stone Trolls are getting Terror Routed. But they're also here, fighting some snakes. Skink Oracle, but even now, they've rallied the Skink Oracle a bit. They're fighting. They're fighting. Cold-blooded. This guy runs off, and then he stops to fight the River Troll Hag, and that's going okay for him. Ah, and then he's going to overextend. He really wants to finish off that River Troll Hag, but he's getting attacked in the back by Stone Trolls. Krokgar's trying to bail him out. Meanwhile, the Ark of Sotek is left alone. The triple gold chevron Ark of Sotek, might I add. And now Krokgar has caught these Stone Trolls. So what happens to Skink Oracle? It chases her off. How does it ever die? I don't know. Alright, Skink Oracle comes back, chases some Stone Trolls. It stops. It's chasing again. This guy's going to run up, fight some Stone Trolls on his own. Though I guess I shouldn't be so critical of there not being any support because all the infantry is dead. Ah, Skink Oracle peels off the Stone Trolls, then tries to go get them off the map when it doesn't realize they've rallied. Then the Lizardman player probably sees this happening and focuses Micro over there. Skink Oracle gets a shot off, almost routs the Stone Trolls, then decides to try to charge them. They rally. And with Wah Pop, they have immune to psychology. So running into Stone Trolls with Wah Pop, they're going to start clubbing the shit out of the Skink Oracle, and it looks like they fucking kill it. Aside from that, we have some skirmishers in Krokgar. Okay, so it looks like the Greenskins just beat up the Lizardman front line and eventually beat them all. Yep, Skink Oracle routes. Hammond, you had tunnel vision for the Hag. Sounds like it was Hammond. Okay. That makes a little more sense, because I thought you had it. And, just some... I mean, as you notice, I started fast-forwarding through it, because I thought it was so over. But then there were just some... I mean, you can call them good plays by the Greenskins, you can call them overextensions by the Lizardmen. It's either way. Is true. Is true. Procaster moves. Cyrus just flaming me in my DMs. Hey man, I can be surprised by stuff. I thought it was over. Did that get anything? Nope. No Croxagores. And Hammond killed Grom so close to 2 minutes, but just not quite. Wood Elves, Beastmen, Haggard Box. Sure, why not? Strat game versus No Cane, No Gain. Hawk Riders. Double Ancient Tree Man. Triple Eternal Guard. Wildwood Ranger. Sisters of Twilight. No, a Glade Lord up on her dragon and a Spellsinger of Life. He warned you beforehand that no one had beaten that build yet? It didn't seem like a bad greenskin build. It was pretty good. It was just... like, Grom getting sniped from him was really tough and detrimental. Did you like that tourney idea? I did like it. I marked one of your messages on red so I can go back and watch it when I'm not watch it. Look at the message when I'm not on the stream. Yeah, it looked cool. One of the big problems, I also had a Clan War 5v5 I was working on that wasn't anything like yours. It was just regular rules and like just kind of a for fun thing. There's a lot of clans aren't really playing right now because they're playing Age of Empires and other new games, but if I can get people to play, I'll definitely try it out. Alright, so No Cane No Gain has 3 flyers and a Glade Lord, double Ancient Tree Man, and just a bunch of spears in a box. For the Beastmen, we have Gore Herds, we have the Butchers of Kalkengards, Ungor Spearmen, Gore Herds, Ungor Spearmen, 2 Ungor Archers, a bunch of Razor Gores, a bunch of dogs. So it's definitely a swarm build, and there's just not a lot to swarm. Hawk Riders are going to get on top of the Ungor Raiders and take them out. That's a decent mistake there from the Beastmen, because this is quite punishing. Losing all your range like that. Malagor Dark Omen is the Beastman Lord, and it got chased off by the Glade Lord on a dragon, but you know, he's safe. He's one of the fastest. He's the fastest man alive. I'm Barry Allen, and I'm the fastest man alive. Wardens of Sithril, guarding the back, might actually get engaged now, but Razor Gores might take out these Eternal Guard. And actually, this is looking a little scary for the Wood Elf box. Double Tree Man is fighting, but a nice breath attack here from the Glade Lord is going to take out almost 2 full Beastmen units. They will start terror routing, it looks like. But that side of the Wood Elf force collapses. The other side also collapses. The Wardens of Sithril are very surrounded at this point. Their leadership wavering down to 1, negative 67, back to 1, back to 8, and now they are routing. So all the Wood Elf infantry support, besides the literal unbreakable ones, are routing. This is very blobbed up. I wonder if there was like a Dwellers Below or something, but it looks like we only have Regrowth and Earthblood. But if there's Dwellers Below, that would be a very cost-effective one. Regrowth cast on Ancient Tree Man just before Spellsinger of Life is going to rout. Now Malagor getting involved, he is going to fight 2 different Hawk Riders in melee combat, and Hawk Riders are decent melee combatants. They have 25-18 for melee attack, but they do have armor piercing on the weapon strength that they have. Double Ancient Tree Man is standing and fighting. It looks like a Flock of Doom is cast just to try and get rid of these last few unbreakable Spearman units and leave the Tree Men truly alone. The Hawk Riders beat the absolute shit out of Malagor. He did not have a bad... he did not have a good time. Right, you were on the TV, but I need to sleep. Peace, my dude. Alright, Battle Tutorial, you have yourself a great night. Disgusting Wood Elf build. Last alliance of Wood Elves and Trees. Another breath attack from the Glade Lord. This one not as optimal. Sometimes you can't pick what part of the unit something will target. The Tree Men are almost full health, but their leadership is so low just because of how frickin' surrounded they are. And the Hawk Riders are running a little dangerously low on ammunition. Glade Lord has plenty, though, so she's doing okay. Hammond messaging me. Grom the Pog. Snotling Pog Wagons. What are you sending me, Mr. Hammond, sir? Wood Elves and Beastmen honestly tied on the balance of power, even though this is so messed up. But if Malagor gets escorted off the battlefield, I think we might see a little bit of a drop in the Beastmen leadership. Just enough maybe that terror routes will come in. But I don't know. Maybe these Tree Men will go first. Malagor is off the battlefield, and we see some routes coming in. Dogs route, archers are routing, these Gore Herds are routing, now the Butchers of Kalkengard are routing. With the mouse routes coming in, maybe the Wood Elves can do this. They get an Earthblood upgraded. Oh, Overcast, and then the Spellsinger killed itself doing that. Alright, that's brutal. That's brutal. Hawk Riders trying to stay in the fight. Looks like they might want to rear charge over here, otherwise these Hawk Riders actually might get surrounded and messed up. But a big terror out coming in against the Beastmen over here. Tree Men are doing just fine now. And I'm going to just hit this button. I'm guessing they're going to cycle up because that's what the Beastmen do. It's just like Skaven. How about you? I've seen this many times, but I was playing Skaven, not the Beastmen. They're all going to run away. It's going to be really bad for them. The Tree Men are still full health. That is really bad. They haven't got much healing, and that makes me kind of sad. The Hawks. No, look right there, and there is a net. No Kane's gonna kill everyone. And this build gives me cancer. Double Tree Man, still fighting. Hawk Riders and Glade Lord on Dragon, charging, fighting, dying. Razor Gore's getting in. Hawk Rider's taking a bit of damage, but the Glade Lord's still fine. Balance power is still pretty even, but it's just cycle charging death now. They're gonna rear charge this blob most likely and rout off those 2 units. And 1-2. They rout. Good for them. They even net the Razor Gores, the only thing that can kind of threaten them at this point. Hawk Riders routing. Glade Lord cycle charging. Ancient Tree Men are still in combat. Glade Lord's up in the air. Yes, this is in the rules. He's doing just fine. Hawk Riders rear charging. Glade Lord rear charging. Trying to route off more stuff. And they're just cycling the routes until you run out of routes to get. Now, the Tree Men are taking some damage slowly but surely. It's mostly these Razor Gores, honestly. Getting them off the field is pretty good. Terror routes, but not a real route. There goes the Shatter. There goes the Shatter. Like I said, the Beastmen are running out of, redos. Shattered off the Razor Gore herd. Route off 2 others. Tree Men still fighting. Route turns into Shatter. Glade Lord gets trapped up, and that's pretty big. She routes. Tree Men, one of them's wavering. Keeps going negative and then positive and then negative. And he stays negative long enough that he's actually going to route. Glade Lord is positive. She can get back into the air. She can fly out of range of the Beastmen, and she'll be okay. Goreherd are keeping up with her because speed is a suggestion, but now she gets up in the sky. Up in the sky, she's definitely going to rally. She'll come back. But Wood Elves are behind on the balance of power, but I cannot see them losing this. I think that's a crock of shit. This Treeman is going to get walked off the edge. That was a nice little maneuver there from the Beastmen, the Blackhorn Ravagers, just to alter their paths that the Treeman would run off the edge. But Blackhorn's Ravagers are there, then going to get isolated. And the Glade Lord actually routes yet again. Blackhorn's Ravagers doing work. She will come back another time. Now the Ancient Treeman gets to stand there. He's just waiting for the Beastman to come get him. And this Glade Lord getting too close. All right, she got too close. She routed off. Without her, the Treeman's leadership's actually bad enough that he might get going. We will see. 40. 35. Still fighting. 14. 11 for secondary 23. Lots going on there. Boop, ba-doop, ba-doop. Boop. Shattered. 1 unit. Still fighting. Still fighting. Terror routed, but not naturally routed, those guys. Oh, he's fighting. Oh, he's hanging in there. 10 leadership. 0. And he breaks, and the Wood Elves lose. All right, the Glade Lord getting messed up by the Blackhorn's Ravagers was pretty nuts. I wonder what their value was. Yeah, 17. Oh, sorry, not 17,000. 1,700 is really good. 2,100 on the Dragon Lord. All 3 Eternal Guard got messed up. So did the, Wildwood Rangers. They did not have a good time. Hawk Riders, pretty good. Pretty good value. Good across the board. Ancient Treemen, I don't remember what they cost, but 1,200 apiece isn't terrible. Malgor got messed up. Spearman herds all mostly paid for themselves. Gore herds mostly paid for themselves. Blackhorn's Ravagers did excellently. Archers got messed up right away. Dogs didn't have too much to do, but still got good value, actually. Razor Core herds did fine. Butcher's Cub Guard got destroyed. All right. That was the thing. That was the thing we watched. Crabling. Crabling versus Cyrus. That was sub 400? I suppose it was. Yeah, that was definitely sub 400, you're right. I'll cross that one off. So all we need is a mirror match to get it 1 bingo. Anyway, on to the game we're actually in. Profile picture worthy. Peasant mobs, Grail Guardians, Pox arrows, Fire arrows, Pox arrows, Knights of the Realm, Questing Knights, Peasant mobs. There's 1 Pegasus Knight in the sky, 2 Paladins, and the Fey Enchantress. For Crabling, a very serious, very try-hard build of Orc Boar Boys, Broken Tusk Mobs, Savage Orc Boar Boys, Savage Orc Boar Boys, Savage Orc Boar Boys, Orc Boar Boys, Orc Boar Boys, Orc Boar Boy Biggins, Gold Chevron, Wurzag. And then a Black Orc Big Boss, also on a pig. So it's just a bunch of pigs. Let's go pigs! Grail Guardians plowing into Orc Boar Boys and crushing them on the charge. Black Orc Big Boss is trying to get in a fight with the Paladin. He does cast something. Heroic Killing Blow to give himself even more damage. And Orc Boar Boys are going to be side charging the Grail Knights. Actually doing some decent damage at this point. Dwellers Below is coming, but I think the Broken Tusk Mob are largely going to avoid it. Yeah, it looks like they'll get away from it for the most part. They're taking a little bit of damage on the back half, but good dodge there. And Crabling is running over the Bretonnian front line quite aggressively at this point. The Greenskins are still behind on the balance of power because Boar Boys sort of suck, and they are losing a lot of models in the process, but in some places they're doing okay. Wurzag is getting his ass handed to him by Pegasus Knights and Questing Knights, and it looks like even Knights of the Lionhearted, so that's going to be pretty bad. Wurzag dying super far away from the Fey Double Paladin. We'll take out the Beastman, Greenskin leadership, and Caster. The Bretonnian center has been shattered. This flank is holding even, and the far flank, it looks like the Bretonnians lost the battle but won the war. Because if they take out Wurzag, it doesn't matter how much they lost on the other side. It's still worth it. Orc Boar Boss Big Boy is running around. Buffet Double Paladin are very healthy. The Grail Knights next to them aren't breaking anytime soon. The Broken Tusk Mob's rear charge isn't enough to really get them back into this. For the Greenskins, we're down to 189 models. The Bretonnians still have 700, and that will start to matter a lot. Though Cyrus will have to chase off Wurzag, make sure he does not come back. That could be a bit of a slip-up. His micro might be over in this area. The Bretonnian center did get shattered, but then it rallied when all the pigs went everywhere else to try and help win fights. But now the Black Orc Big Boss is routing. Everything else is routing. Army losses is coming in hot. And that'll be it. And Hank Cyrus destroys Crabling. Perfection. Perfection. One paladin got 1,000 value in that little time. Jesus. Peasant Bowmen do fine. Pegasus Knights get 1,700 value, mostly killing Wurzag probably. Questing Knights got 280, which is not great. Wurzag 950. Orc Boar Boys largely not paying for themselves. Savage Orc Boar Boys better, but not quite paying for themselves. Orc Boar Boy Biggins definitely not paying for themselves, especially triple gold chevron, and neither did the Broken Tusk Mob. All right. Oh, there's still so many. It was more like the Pegasus Knights not wanting to chase Wurzag. Oh, trust me, I know about that. That's a trouble. Alright, Photoshop, how we doing? Double Dragon, 5 Artillery 1 game, that didn't happen. Croc Scores, Skaven, Miss Rat's Side Stream, Dahlia Air Force. Okay. Hanging in there. Alright. I could just look for a mirror. Dark Elf mirror. It's right there. But I will persevere. Houseplant versus Bob Trash. Dark Elves versus Lizardmen. And on the Lizardmen we have Tic-Tac-Toe, Pterodons, Coldwind Riders, Saurus, 3 skink cohorts, 2 chameleon skinks. Versus the Dark Elves. Bleak Swords, Dread Spears, Dark Riders, Repeated Crossbows, Reaper Bolt Throwers, Supreme Sorceress of Fire, Coldwind Dread Knights, Dark Riders, Coldwind Dread Knights, Dark Riders. A very weird hemisphere formation for the Dark Elves. Looks like they will try to take out some of the Pterodons. Bob's going to dodge a bunch, but he is taking a lot of damage from the Reaper Repeater Crossbows. He gets a little bit of a rock drop there, it looked like, onto those Repeater Crossbows. Other Repeater Crossbows get up and fire at him. And he is pushed off over there. Now, of the 4 Pterodons, one's getting pretty low. This one is routing again, but we can see some Wind Blast being cast in the front line every so often. And that's doing a lot of damage. One Reaper Bolt Thrower is taken offline. The other gets a rock drop on it, but it's not quite offline yet. Fire Leech Bowls will take care of that, and now it's routing. That Pterodon shatters off after it routed too many times. The other one's very low. That one's very low. This one's doing okay. Itchy nose. Alright. Pterodons, Fire Leech Bow is still firing. They're trying to take care of these Reaper Claw Bolt Throwers. Dark Rider Pure Crossbow. Oh, God damn it. Stop being itchy. Yeah. They're doing okay. Reaper Bolt, the Reaper Crossbow Boys, though, they're out of ammo. And these Pterodons are routed yet again. And the Reaper Bolt Thrower crews are all gone. Repeated Crossbows are gone. But Pterodons all being dead. How did you rally? What the fuck? Alright, he's back. There's not a lot of crossbows left. The front line has taken a lot of damage with the Dark Elves from Wind Blasts. This little guy has 33 kills. What was the one below that? I don't know. I'll check in a second. Sword Spears get a burning head on them from the Dark Elf Lord, and Tic-Tac-Toe gets majorly surrounded here by these Coldwind Dread Knights, and Harmonic Convergence on top of him gives him 79-74 stats. He's kind of just T-posing on them, stutter-stepping a lot. You T-pose away, Tic-Tac-Toe. So at this point, the Lizards are a little bit ahead on the balance of power. One Pterodon Rider comes back, but it has no ammunition. But Saurus are crushing the front line. Coldwind Dread Knights can sometimes do well versus Saurus. Cold One Spear Riders running in to try and help Tic-Tac-Toe, who gives Focus Instincts and Cold-Blooded. Just trying to stay in the fight. Cold One Dread Knights are still poking him in the bum. And the bounce power is much more even now that the Lizard Lord is dead. Well, not dead, but wounded. Only a fool would stay. Cold One Dread Knights rear charging into the Spear Rune Riders, but they do turn around. They fight back a bit. Ooh, yeah, they're getting good damage. Go Cold One Spear Riders, go. Saurus are beating up Dark Elf infantry wherever they can find them. Another Burning Head comes in from the Dark Elves. And it gets a little bit of damage on the Saurus, but a good dodge from Bob Tresh there. Gets out. Cold One Spear Riders fighting Cold One Dread Knights. Skink Cohort running in as well. And the Dark Elves are just kind of losing the attrition war at this point. They're very outnumbered. 521 to 762. And a lot of those 762 are Saurus versus like Bleak Swords and shit. They don't have any ammo left. And their Lord is not Marathi, so they don't have a ton of combat debuffs to really run around the map with these Cold One Dread Knights. Or anything like that. As the inexorable grind continues on, the Lizardmen pull a little further ahead in the balance of power. More Saurus grope up. Ugh. I've been streaming and casting and talking for too long. Cold One Dread Knights trying to fight against Cold One Spear Riders, but our Harmonic Convergence did help them fight that. Tic-Tac-Toe does get caught out. Yet again, he's taking a lot of damage, but he manages to fight back, so that's not Marathi, it's a basic caster. Suyo Rowley on the far side. Wood Elves, Dark Elves at this point are too far behind on the balance of power, and they lose. And oof. Oofta. That is a lot of cringe from my casting, but I have had a long day. And we've been streaming for 2.5 hours. I did D&D before this, and before that I had friends come into town, so I've been talking to them since last night started. It's been a day. Cold Spear Rider is good value. Fire Leech Bolo is good value. Other than that, it's pretty spread. Dark Elves. How much did you get? 725 on you. Dark Elves did okay. Golden Dread Knights struggled. None of them paid for themselves. Repeater Crossbows got some value. Bolt Throwers did not. Did not. I don't think I got anything off that from the bingo board that I can remember. So definitely not. Rakarth. Cyrus versus the Phoenix King. Do I have the will? Do I have the will to keep going? Katam and Wei versus Swarv and Void. I'll cast this, why not? Why not? I think this was from our Capture the Flag 2v2 tournament. Alright. So for Katam and Wei, it looks like we have the double Iceforge Legion that became meta in that tournament, and Wolfric the Wanderer. Other than that, we have 2 Marauder Horsemen, 4 Marauder Horsemen, Sarthorial, Chaos Warriors, Chosen with Halberds, double Chosen with Halberds on the Iceforge Legions. Chaos Marauders, Chaos Warriors, Chaos Marauders, Chaos Warriors across the front line with the Mirror Guard. Okay. Bold. On the other side, we have Goblin Wolf Riders, Spider Riders mixed in, Grom the Paunch, Orc Boar Chariot, Giant River Troll Hag, Orc Shaman. For their flag, which if you kill Eltharion the Grim or if you kill Wolfric, the game's over no matter what the state of the battle is. We have Eltharion the Grim on horse. We have 2 Knights of Torgaval. Looks like some Black Orcs mixed in with Orc Boar Boys, Goblins, ROR Knight Goblins, and 1 Doomdiver Catapult. Okay. Alright. So, Chaos is trying to hold off a bunch of chariots. They don't really have mass to deal with that, unfortunately, so they try to send over Sarthorial. Grom the Paunch does get on top of Sarthorial and is fighting him in the woods, and he is doing a lot of damage to the Big Bird. Big Bird will run away with half health. Iceforge Legion, that's the Hellcannon ROR, I guess you would call it, for Norska. It's a campaign-exclusive unit, which is allowed in that tournament, is wrecking some Black Orcs at the moment. But the Knights of Torgaval, I mean, they're very tanky. They have 11,000 HP. which is potent, to say the least. And now Goblin, Wolf Riders, and Spider Riders are getting on top of the Iceforge Legion. Chosen with Halberds can't do much to stop that. Even Flex Tape can't fix that. There is a cast of something coming down here. Don't know what that is. Ah, it's the big Whoosh Whoosh Phoenix. It's not going to hit very much, unfortunately. Chaos dodged it. Boar Boys run in, get terrified, run out. Ground Punch gets 100 of Champions from Wulfric, which is the other flag. And it looks like the Ritual Hag is getting bombed. Now, the green and blue team is ahead on the balance of power at the moment, and I tend to agree. Iceforge Legion are still fighting, still decently healthy. And the greenskins on the other side are kind of running out of juice. But Double Knights of Torgval still very healthy. Eltharion the Grim still very healthy. Grom quite healthy. Not over. Not over by a long shot. Ooh, one unit Marauder Horseman is routed from Chaos, and now the Knights of Torgval jumping in onto the Iceforge Legion, doing some good damage, but there are Chosen with Halberds nearby, so they will have to be careful. That is probably the best anti-large infantry in the entire game. Other Knights charge onto the other Iceforge Legion, and are doing well there. Skirmish Cav again getting caught out on the side of Chaos. Greenskins taking them apart. Orc Shaman pushing in. River Troll Hag is sitting there regenning up, and it looks like balance power shifting a little back towards the High Elf Greenskin Alliance. Eltharion's whatever Reign of Yvresse bullshit does cast the last second. But it's kind of a weird ability. I honestly forget what it's called. It's such a weird ability. Chosen with Halberds pushing off Boar Boys. Knights of Torgval running around. Looks like a nice little Greenskins cast there. Does some good damage to the Chosen. And we still have a Doom Diver raving in with half ammo left. I don't know what that was around here, but it didn't look good. Apotheosis on the Knights of Torgval, but a final trans right back at him from Sartorial. Catches both Knight units. That's pretty good. A Spirit Leech onto Wulfric the Wanderer is bold. That is a big health pool to try to get through with Spirit Leeches, my friend. Orc Shaman's getting routed. River Troll Hag's healing cap is well within sight. But how is Chaos doing? We have a pretty healthy Mirror Guard. Decently healthy Chaos Warriors. Decently healthy Chaos Warriors. Sartorial's half health, but okay. Chosen are half health, but elite. Wulfric, their flag, is full health. And on the other side, Eltharion's full health. Grom's half. Knights of Torgval are about half and half. Skirmish Cav's okay, but running out of ammo. And Doom Diver. Yeah, it's pretty even. It's pretty even at this point in the game. Iceforge Legions are back online, and I do think they should be shooting single entities at this point. Or the Knights of Torgval or something. But, they're decently good snipers. Wonder what they're shooting at this point. If it's goblins, that's a mistake. Ah, it's goblins. Alright, I vote that's a mistake. There's the other Chosen. So both Chosen with Halberds getting back involved on the Knights of Torgval. They are taking a good amount of beating for jumping in like this. More Spirit Leech. More Skirmish Cav shots coming in. A Frozen Boat from Wulfric doing next to no damage to this Cav, but he tried. And Chosen with Halberds fighting against Eltharion the Grim as best they can. Iceforge Legion getting off their mounts. It looks like there's still 2 left over here, 3 left over here. But how many Iceforge Legion crew are left? 3. Are they on their cannons now? Looks like they're on their cannons now. 2 left, yeah. Okay. Doom Diver still raising in. Greenskins infantry is all but dead. Their Skirmish Cav is all but out of ammo. Sartorial's still fighting. Iceforge Legion cannons thinking about firing. Not quite, but thinking about it. Where's Eltharion? Eltharion's over there. He's healthy. He's fine. A little bit of cycle charging here. Chosen with Halberds again, trying to try to get on top of the Knights of Torgval. They are very injured at this point. Wulfric getting a huge charge onto their back. This Iceforge Legion still firing away. Trying to take out the River Troll Hag at this point, it looks like. Knights of Torgval taking a bunch of damage, down to 2 models. These ones are still at 3. And a Spider Rider charge does knock this Iceforge Legion offline for just a moment. But with 8 Chaos Dwarves, they can probably just reman it. Yeah, they do. This one still has... It says it has 3, meaning that there's 3 Chaos Dwarves, not 3 models left. Knights of Torgaval still running around. Altharian the Grim still running around. Bounce power is back to even. How's the Doom Diver doing on ammo? Okay, and this Mirror Guard could be a bit of a problem if Grom the Paunch or someone doesn't go over there and just knock him out. Wulfric's being big and dangerous. Chaos Warriors also being dangerous, protecting the Iceforge Legions. This one's weird because they're moving around the models like they can do something, but the third one's broken, so there's no way they have 3. It's just 3 Chaos Dwarves. But I see more than 3 Chaos Dwarves here, so I'm confused. That looks like it's a bug, maybe. Doom Diver's still raining in. And how's this going? I mean, they're defending the shit out of the Iceforge Legions, but they're barely getting any shots off, so what's the point? What is that? A Spirit Leech onto the Iceforge Legion. That'll take them down. Both their cannon models die at the very end there. River Troll Hag is healing capped. Where's Grom the Paunch's healing cap? It's coming. So we have Chaos Warriors, Chosen with Halberds, Mirror Guard, who did get intercepted by some Orc Boar Boys, but it looks like they're going to beat up the Orc Boar Boys. Iceforge Legion chilling. Getting shot at by a Doom Diver. Gets a couple shots off real quick. They should pull these Chosen away because they're not defending anything over here. Just let them go. Iceforge Legion's still capable of firing technically, though they haven't fired in a while. Mirror Guard make it back, and Wulfric routes off Orc Shaman. But Sartorial is fighting Grom the Paunch. Wulfric's getting caught up by the Knights of Torgaval, and he's going to get surrounded by Altharian the Grim. But ooh, if this is a Final Trans Overcast. So that's doing a bunch of damage. So Sartorial gets jumped back on by the Knights of Torgaval. Grom the Paunch is running, and he has a little bit of regen left to give. But man, Sartorial's got to get some crazy value with this game, honestly. Chaos Warriors, Mirror Guard helping Wulfric out. Chosen with Halberd still nearby. But this is all the Chaos Force has left. They are ahead on the bounce power for now. Doom Diver catapults are out of ammunition. Knights of Torgaval get back up in the air. This Orc Shaman, if he gets routed one more time, I think he's gone. That is if he doesn't get killed straight up, but he might get shattered. He does get shattered. In the meantime, Sword of Torgold is popped for Wulfric the Wanderer. Arthuriel charges in to try and help him, but he is a little caught out. The infantry support was not quite there yet. Iceforge Legion still says it has 2 models online, but they can't fire, so I don't know what's going on there, but they're probably out of crew. Helm of Yvresse, unbreakable and unable to lose unit models on Knights of Torgaval, does wear off. Sartorial's getting low, Wulfric's getting low. Other Knight of Torgaval charges back in, trying to get onto Sartorial. Sartorial's trying to break off the River Troll Hag. Bounce power is back to even. Grom Paunch is riding back in. His healing cap is quite close. 1 Knight of Torgaval breaks. Sartorial still hasn't been hit since we last checked in with him, and Wulfric needs to pull into all this infantry support. He can't be out here on his own like this. This is like the only way he dies. Mirror Guard chasing off a shattered unit. Wulfric is charging into Altharian. If they kill Altharian, the game is over. But if the enemies kill Wulfric, the game is over. Now he's isolated. His infantry support comes in now, and that is huge. Halberds surrounding this River Troll Hag. They're either going to kill her or shatter her. There's no way she gets out of here alive, in my opinion. Sartorial dies, though. There will be no more magic. Now, I don't think he had any final trances really left anyway, but still. Wulfric turns around, charges in the Knights of Torgaval. Looks like he's trying to take them out. Grom the Paunch and the other Knight of Torgaval are going to rear charge him. Chaos Warriors are slowly grinding. These Knights are getting low. Wulfric's getting low, though, and he gets so close to routing. 600 HP. He routs. 600 HP left. He is running away. Now these Chaos Warriors and Chosen with Halberds do get run down by Altharian, get run down by the Knights of Torgaval, Grom the Paunch, and that was a very close game. I do think at this point, though, it's over because Wulfric's just going to get run down. And he gets run off the map, and that is it. Damn. So Arthuriel got 5,762 value. That's a lot of damage. Chosen got 3,500 and 1,500. Horseman didn't get that much. Altharian the Grim got 800. His Knights of Torgaval got 3,600 and 2,600. For Void Lulls, Grom the Paunch got 2,900. Nothing else here is really standing out just yet. One Black Orc got 71 because it just got shot by the Iceforge Legion. 2,000 for the Doom Divers. And then Katam, we got 4,000-ish on Wulfric. and 1,700 and 1,900 on both Iceforge Legions. And that was neato. Alright. Was this your build? These are your Pokemon starter choices. You're from the Midwest. Oh, is this your childhood? Yeah, and I would pick the Raccoon every time, bro. Bro? Okay, did we get anything? Queen Bess. 5 artillery in 1 game. No, we had 3. Mirror match. No. What else? Miss Rat, Skaven win. Swords of Chaos. Lord dies. No. We got nothing. We got no one. Gosh darn it. Alright. We keep going. I know I could just scroll up and get a Dark Elf mirror, but that's not how this works. Cyrus? The Phoenix King? Cyrus? Captain Morgan? Lizardmen? Warriors of Chaos? Sure. I feel like watching that. No Croc scores. No Swords of Chaos. What's the point? What's the point? Alright. Outside of Chaos, we have Chaos Trolled Armored. Archon the Everchosen, more Chaos Trolls with Armor. Chaos Warriors with Halberds mixed with Chaos Marauders. And then 2 Skirmish Cav with Horse Masters and Throwing Axes. On the other side, 2 Skirmish Cav, Horse Masters, and Throwing Axes. 2 Dogs. And for the Lizardmen, we have Krokgar. We have a Saurus Scar Veteran. We have a Beast Caster with Manticore and Flock of Doom. A mix of Saurus and Red-Crested Skinks, including the Red-Crested Skinks that can't die. Skink cohorts with Javelins. And in the back, Feral Cold Ones to kill Chariots. This one was great. Well, good. Well, good. I keep skipping the one from October 9th. What's the title of it? I don't know. I'll check it out. I don't know. Wait, this isn't the one I was thinking of? Well, then you lied to me. Alright, both dogs are already routing, stick a bunch of javelins to the face, and they didn't like that at all. Skirmish Cav is taking a bunch of damage, though Feral Cold Ones run out, take a little bit of skirmish fire, and are going to rampage. Probably their doom. Saurus decided to speed up a little bit to the front line, and Armored Chaos Trolls are going to plow straight into them along with Marauders. That'll be pretty bad, but we do have a Manticore on the field. For Artisan Tech Priest, he's going to charge forward as well. Looks like with Archaon. Some of these Halberd units might want to get involved, but maybe a Manticore is going to dive Archaon. He doesn't want to deal with that. I don't know. I'm not a psychic. Red-Crested Skinks and Saurus are killing Chaos Marauders. Chaos Warriors with Halberds are now charging into the fight, and the Lizardmen are off to a pretty decisive early lead. They've already shattered a dog, routed off some Skirmish Cav, and done a lot of damage on this right flank here. So Archaon taking some damage, it looks like, from Krokgar, the Saurus Scar Veteran, but now Chaos Warriors with Halberds surround them, and they do want to fight all that. And there are Chaos Trolls on the other side that could be pulled back and surround these units and do some smushing. And they love smushing. Archaon is going to run in. It looks like he has Slayers of King active. He's going to try to hit Crocky and misses there. Just a little unfortunate. Cascading Fire Cloak on himself. Misses Krokgar again. Because otherwise he would have done a bunch more damage. And then he runs away, deciding that that wasn't worth his time. Dog's going to charge in. Ooh, big Chaos route here could be a problem. This side is also winning for Chaos a little bit. And I think this is going to be a decisive Lizardman victory. It just says Tomb Kings versus Skaven close. Oh, that's mine. I skip it because it's mine, and I don't care if I skip me. I love hurting my own feelings. It was Archie versus Nakai. Ah. Hand of the Gods comes in, does a lot of damage off of Archaon the Everchosen. Skink Priest of Beasts is there. Croc scores, you say? Okay. I might have to check that out. We'll see. Chaos is getting beat down pretty bad over here. It's pretty much down to the Mirror Guard, some Chaos Trolls, and Archaon. Archaon's getting chased around by Krokgar. Skirmish Cav is getting zoned off for the most part by Feral Cold Ones. Ooh, that's a big Burning Head. That's a lot of damage. That's a lot of damage. Sora Scarvet misses his chance to cut off Archaon, but he's doing his best out there. Archaon's a slippery bastard. And Archaon's even going to try to get a little charge on this Skink Priest. Standard die and Cascading Fire Cloak giving him 84 melee defense, but he gets rear charged and double hit by the Sora Scarvetter, and that is pretty big. I am guessing that the bounce power is full of shit. Like, this feels very Lizardman favorite at this point, and it's still like, I don't know, it's pretty even, so I'm going to hit this fast forward button, and I bet you that Chaos loses. More trolls are routing, and the Mirror Guard, and another nice burning head. Good for you, Archie, but you're still gonna die. Skirmish Cat can only do so much, and Krokgar's full health, and he has a Sora Scar veteran, helping friend, and Archie died. Fuck you, bounce power. Hi, Kairos Fate Weaver, how you doing? Krokgar got 2,500 value. Sora Scar veteran actually didn't get that much. Source Warriors did fine. Red Crested Skinks did fine. Jab Skinks did great. Feral Cold Ones didn't do very much, but they zoned out a lot of things. Arcana got 1,900 value. Chaos Marauders did okay. Halberds did fine. Halberds did fine. Chaos Trolls, nope. Not a lot. And Skirmish Cat did okay. Hi, Jeremy. Hi, how you doing? Okay. Nakai! There's so many replays. There's so many. Close Tomb King Skaven. It's my own replay. It can wait. It can wait. I'll do Nakai, and then I'll do the Dark Elf Mirror and end the stream. Good, how about you? I'm good. Been streaming for 3 hours, and my voice is very tired in case you can't hear it. This is how far we are into bingo. So far, like, no Vampire Coast replays at all, so we haven't gotten Queen Bess or Aranasa, which is sad. But we might get Croxigors or something. I don't know. Alright, into the game. On one side, we have Archaon, the Ever-Chosen, from Cyrus, Mirror Guard, Chaos Marauders, Forsaken, Arawar Dragon Ogres, which is a Summon of Rage, more Forsaken, Chaos Warriors are great weapons, Chaos Marauders are great weapons mixed with Chaos Warriors, Chaos Warhounds with Poison, Yippee-ki-yay, Mother Fudger. Horsemen, so a little bit of Skirmish Cat. On the other side, Chameleon Skinks, Skink Horse Javelins, a lot of Saurus today, bestowed on Ark of Sotek, Skink Priest of Beasts, we have Nakai the Wanderer in a blob of Croxigors, and 2 Feral Stegodons, all of which he's going to give Perfect Vigor, I assume is the gimmick here. Yep, he does have his Perfect Vigor item. Dogs are going to run in from Cyrus. Looks like they're going to try to get some free value on these Skink Cohorts of Javelins. And a Burning Head will come down the line. Won't do too much damage to any of the Croxigors or anything, but it pokes some Chameleon Skinks, I guess. And it's going to maybe hit some Saurus on the back end. Yay! Little damages. Summoners of Rage are going to run in and go Burr. Croxigor is separated from Nakai, so they are no longer getting Perfect Vigor. And there's some sort of Curse of Onrir going over here. So the Mirror Guard and Forsaken are going to have a bad time versus all these Croxigors. Meanwhile, Summoners of Rage, it looks like they didn't get all they wanted done versus the Feral Stegodons and Nakai. Because they're pulling away. Soon to come back. But there are a lot of great weapons that do armor piercing nearby. They can charge in and eventually get some good work done. Arcs of Sotek are popped a little early. There wasn't really a surround just yet. It'll still get some tertiary damage, but not the damage they quite wanted. And here's the value we were looking for. Feral Stegodon getting wrecked. Other stuff is slowly getting whittled down. And the Summoners of Rage are piling in. Skink cohorts are getting killed on every side that they find themselves on. The Croxigors are now piling back towards Nakai. This is just a big, ugly blob fight, and we'll see who wins it. Summoners of Rage will do pretty well here, though. Do that. That one was great. Nakai! I'm good. Busy day, but I made it fashionably late. You did your best, Jeremy. You did great. Waited this long to even open a replay with the Kai in the name, for shame. I was trying to do older ones first. Trying. Now, Nakai is not having a good time at all versus Archaon. The Summoners of Rage have been slapping a whole bunch of stuff, but there are a lot of Lizardman things to slap. Nakai's low, Stegodon's low, other Stegodon's fine, Ark of Sotek's fine, Croxigor's mixed. Dogs are chasing down some Chameleon Skinks. Marauder Horsemen are chasing down some more Chameleon Skinks. And it looks like the Lizardmen are falling a little bit behind the bounce power, and especially, if this Skink Priest of Beast gets sniped up by Archaon, like it looks like he will, that'll be very bad. Now, this blob is doing its job. It's killing a lot of infantry quite effectively. And Archaon gets attacked by a Feral Stegodon who ran far away from the blob, so Archaon should be able to turn and kill it, then turn and kill this King Priest of Beast whenever he wants, and let the blob do blob things. Horsemen and dogs chasing down Chameleon Skinks is also going very well. So everything outside the blob's going well for Chaos. The blob itself is going pretty okay for Lizardman. Archie gets a little distracted, so he doesn't finish off the Stegodon, and he doesn't finish off the Skink Priest of Beast, so that's a shame. Alright, he notices the Skink Priest is going to go kick his ass. Ark of Sotek goes whoosh, and a whole bunch of Chaos boys die, and that's exciting. This Stegodon's getting pretty low on health, and these dogs are still chasing off some skirmishers. But they're going to have to figure that out. They got to fucking kill whatever's over there and get back here. Skink Priest of Beast, I assume, is dead. It looks like he is quite dead somewhere. Yep, there he is. So he's dead. And Chaos is still ahead on the balance of power, but that's mostly an Archaon, and if Archaon gets surrounded by all these dudes, he's going to have a bad time. Primal Roar sends all these units into a rampage, but gives them 20% physical resist and a bunch of melee attack. Archaon's going to run away. Smart. And the Lizardmen are slowly getting chased down. Archie's running. He's uncomfortably close to that blob for my liking. But we'll see. Lizardmen are now behind on the balance of power. But these are basic horsemen. They're not throwing axes. We'll see, are they just going to kite for a while? As is smart. Uh-oh. Chaos Ward's great weapons get caught and immediately brought down, bringing the balance of power a little back to even for the Lizardmen. But we should just see some good old-fashioned kiting. Archaon gets caught out now, and Nakai is immediately going to run in on him. Miasma of Despair lowers his leadership, vigor, and speed. And Crocstar's getting a lot of hits on him. That might be a little bit of a disaster for Chaos there. Balance power goes even more towards even. There are dogs and skirmish cav that are throwing ammo at shattered chameleon skinks. They need to save all their ammo for Crocscores and or dinosaurs. And these Horse Warriors need to be killed before they get back to the infinite vigor blob. Horsemen get caught a little bit. They're going to get clubbed and routed. And slowly, Chaos is losing the ability to kill all this stuff. Dogs, Mirror Guard, getting chased. Nakai's Blob of Doom gets a Primal Roar and immediately rampages. And what? Is that a Flamestorm? Ah, the Summoners of Rage chain lightning. I thought it was like, use your mana on a Flamestorm? Okay, Summoners of Rage going to try to fight this Ark of Sotek. It's probably going to pop its snakes pretty soon here if they're off cooldown. Feral Stegodon rampages the opposite direction though, and that could be huge for Chaos, as a big full health monster like that running off in the middle of nowhere is pretty bad. Summoners of Rage are fighting to the very last, but they will probably die. Sneaky snakes are popped, dogs route off. Summoners of Rage route off. Nakai and his Crocscores are chasing around Archie. But where's that big Stegodon? He's off in the middle of nowhere. Archie gets caught up by Crocscores a little bit. Speed is a suggestion. He's somehow getting caught by people slower than him. Stegodon tries to get a side charge, but does not. Lizardmen back to their state on the balance of power, which is slightly behind, but not terribly behind. Marauder Horsemen, Shatter. Marauder Horsemen without ammo are still here. Dogs are still here. We have some Chaos Marauders with great weapons, along with Chaos Marauders regular. We have Archie. Alright, Nakai and Archie take the fight. If Archie can kill Nakai right here, maybe he can do it. And he does hit him in the face. He's going to rout him off. And that could be the game right there. Because now the Crocscores are wondering if they should even be here. And they're going to start routing off. Can this one Stego carry? Actually, can these Crocscores carry? They're hanging in there barely, somehow. Nakai's going to get killed, though. When he gets killed by Archaon, certainly the Crocscores are going to bail. Archie's he's trying to figure out what to do. And meanwhile, everything else died. So that's bad. What are the bingos? Oh, I'll cover that in a second. Whee! 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 Alright, Nakai's dead. On the other side, we have two Crocscores. One half-health Stegodon. For Chaos, rallying and shattering all over the map. We have Marauder Horsemen with no ammo. Nothing. And Chaos Warhounds with poison. Whee! Whee! Oh, he tried to cast a fireball, but hit that tree. Whee! Alright, he casts another fireball. Marauder Horsemen run in and immediately get terrified. The fireball is going to rout off these Kroxigors. Archaon takes a fight against the Stegodon. Kroxigors are going to surround him. Chaos Warhounds with poison are somewhere. They're coming. Archaon's fighting. He's got Standard Eye and Slayer of Kings, but he's doing so much work to that Stegodon. It's going to actually rout here soon from the burst damage. No, it's hanging on. Kroxigors are also hanging on. Dogs missed the mark. Oh, they were trying to chase off those Kroxigors. And then they terror out immediately. Archie's left on his own. He's super low, but he routes off the Stegodon. And without the Stegodon, even though it's attacking while it's routing, Army Loss blinking is coming in. Kroxigors are trying to fight Archie before Army Losses takes their souls. And 6 leadership left. Keep fighting Kroxigors. They haven't hit Archie in a while. He does have 60 melee defense. They only have 34 melee attack. They're still fighting. With dogs recharging, they're definitely going to break, and that'll be the end of it. They have not hit Archie in a while. That is some good RNG from him. With that, that is Army Losses. Imagine being a Horse Lord. Yeah, well, the Kroxigors didn't hit him for a long time at the end there. 4,500 for Archie. Forsaken. His infantry really didn't do too much besides one Chaos Warrior with great weapons did okay. Marauder Horsemen did okay. Dogs did okay. Summoner's Rage did fine. Nakai did alright. 1,400 is pretty good for him. Arc of Sotek 2,000 value is really good. 1,800 on a different Stegodon. I don't think that pays for it, but still, it's okay. Millions Kings got run down, and Kroxigors actually did great. They paid for themselves. Good job, Kroxigors. Oh boy. GG. GG indeed. Photoshop. Take me away. Mercy escape. We got Kroxigors appear. Yay, Kroxigors. Yay. Grace. Never mind. I was going to get Grace to come say hi to the stream. Whew. This is the most scattered we've ever gotten because we have like so many non-bingos going on. I could get the mirror match anytime, and I might have to because my voice is running out of juice here. But we'll see. Cav failure. Okay. Is there any Vampire Coast here? Come on. Lizardmen Dark Elves. Norsca Warriors of Chaos. No Swords of Chaos. No Swords of Chaos. I refuse to cast this. There's no Swords of Chaos. I'll cast it later. Like, obviously I'm not going to delete it. I just wanted to see if there's Swords of Chaos. Vampire counts, not coast. Vampire counts, not coast. Lizardman. Kalito, you bitch. Counts, not coast. Haggrave and Dark Elves. Vampire. You know what? Vampire Coast. I want to watch some Vampire Coast. Let's do this. Let's do this. They didn't bring Queen of S or Aranessa, so it doesn't matter for the list, but I want to watch some fucking Vampire Coast. It's been too long. Lord Dying 2 Minutes has been there the entire time. Yeah. Yeah. We almost got it today. We almost got it. Hammond almost did it. Alright, double gunnery weight. Noctilus. We have Depth Guard, Depth Guard, Depth Guard, 2 Depth Guard with pole arms in the back, putting the Bloody Reavers, and 2 handgun mobs. For Chaos, Marauder Horsemen, Horsemen, Horsemasters Horsemen throwing axes. Wow. I feel like this is going to go very poorly for the Vampire Coast. Chaos Marauders across the front line, Mirror Guard. Oh, okay. They're charging into handguns. That's pretty good. Chaos Warriors on the front line and Sigvald. Definitely Chaos should be running away and just using their 6 skirmish cav to kill everything. I think taking this fight is a mistake, because that's all the Coast want to do is melee fight you. Alright, the Chad Depth Guard are charging into Chaos Warriors. They might get some stuff done, maybe they won't. It looks like they're trading even at the moment, even though they're way more expensive. And the Mirror Guard are beating up these ones along with Archaon's help. Handgun Mob is surviving for now. Looks like a Burning Head will even come down. And these boys are taking some deeps. Taking some deeps, and it curves into these Depth Guard with pole arms. That does okay. The Scab Scraith goes a little wide. And one of the handgun mobs is very doomed. One of them's doing okay. Pistol Summons is getting eaten alive by a lot of dogs. And Archaon's running forward. Now where are the double gunnery wedge shooting at? It looks like kind of at Archie. Kind of fighting Noctilus here. He runs in. He is Flaming Sword of Ruin? Yeah, Flaming Sword of Ruin and Slayer of Kings active. So he might like beat the shit out of Noctilus. But ooh, double gunnery wights coming in. They do really well in melee combat. Like, people underestimate the gunnery wights. And Archie, if he doesn't get out of here, is going to have a very, very bad time. Dogs have finished off with the summon, and now they're coming in. They take out one of the handgun mobs. They take out the other handgun mob. And they've pretty much dealt with that at this point. Again, I think Chaos should be kiting away a little bit. Balance of Power says it's even. I don't really think it's that even. You've lost, like, almost all your Depth Guard, except for the Bloody Reavers. You've lost 3 Depth Guard and a Depth Guard with pole arms. You lost both your handgun mobs. And for what? Not a lot. So, Balance Power is full of shit. I do think Archie should be kiting away. Let his horsemen kite. Let his horsemen do good work. Kill the Depth Guard. Let his horsemen then kill the gunnery wights and yada yada. Burning Head. It's a little bit of damage to the Bloody Reaver Depth Guard. They dodge some of it, though. And the last of the Depth Guard is fading away. Archaon's still trying to fight Noctilus. I think the only way you lose this is the double gunnery wights and Noctilus somehow snipe out Archie. A little bit of this. We're down to 1 Depth Guard with pole arms because that one's pretty much gone. Double gunnery wights, still kiting, doing okay. Archie's taking a lot of damage. He does have to like leave this place. But Noctilus is taking a lot of damage too. He's very wounded. Dives into some guys, trying to heal himself up. Archie's going for him. Archie's in it. He's in it, and he's missing. That gunnery crab is getting murdered, and army losses will come in. All right, good. If that Vampire Coast build won, I would be spooked. Depth Guard sucked for a reason. They're pretty bad. They got out-traded by basic Chaos Warriors in most cases. Not a lot of analysis to do there. Just a good try. Cav failure. Do I care? Close game. Mr. Doodles the Empire and me, the boy of hummus. Bolmore versus Eltharian Shades. Okay, is there anything in here that has a possibility of getting me something? The mirror match, I know how to get that. Double dragon build is somewhere. Alright. I think Wei talked about this one. Double Frostworm. That's kind of like double dragon. They're worms, but we'll count it. We'll count it for Wei. Alright. Back in it. Wei, I got you. Wei, I got you. Alright, Wei has 2 dragons. He has a Soul Crusher. He has a Sorcerer of Metal, a Marauder Chieftain on foot. We have Marauder Ice Wolf Chariots, 5 Spearmen, and 3 Norscan Warhounds. On the other side, for the High Elves, we have Rangers, Spearmen, Illyrian Reavers, Rangers, Spearmen, Warlines of Trace, Phoenix Guard, Talons of Torquelada, an Imric on a Dragon, and the Fireborn Dragon Princes. Early thoughts is Norsca's in deep shit, but we will see. A little bit of kiting. Dragon throws a very early breath attack on some Marauder Spearmen, which seems bold. Oh, these are War Lions of Trace. They're not the Lion Chariot. Okay, that's immediately less good. And immediately sus. Soul Crusher's running in on the Rangers. Doing well there. Wow, you are actually human? Thanks, buddy. It's me. More like I hate Lizardman Cab. They seem horrible. Ah. Yeah, Lizardman Cab can be underwhelming. So double Frostworm, one of them dives in onto the Rangers. The other one is just hovering menacingly above the Phoenix Guard. He's just standing there. Menacingly! A breath attack coming in from the Frostworms and an overcasted Final Transmutation just wrecks these Phoenix Guard. That's bold. Yes, this is epic no healing Imric and no mage for the High Elves. It's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see how it works out for him. Frostworm takes a lot of damage, but that one breath attack alone might have just paid for the entire unit. Ice Wolf Chariots are going to run over the towns of Torquemada, along with the breath attack that does a little bit of friendly fire, but really just wrecks the towns. Norska is ahead in an early victory here. Imric's still full health, but the rest of his army is completely and utterly shattered. Enraged, 40% damage resistance on your big old spooky mammoth. Phoenix Guard taking a lot of damage, no healing for them anywhere, and I think this might be very over. Star Dragon Breath does good damage to the Soul Crusher, but Soul Crusher has a gigantic health pool. God damn! Oh boy. Imric's gonna land on some Marauder Spearmen. Another breath attack from the Frostworm does almost no damage to these Phoenix Guard because they're a little too awkwardly spread out, and it aimed at the wrong one. And they're now gonna go attack Rangers. Soul Crusher getting slowly worn down by just so many Spearmen and Dragon Princes and all that shit. But some more breath attacks from the Frostworms, some more Chariots chase down War Lions and Rangers and Spearmen. Bounce power isn't the point of no return, not yet. It's pretty favored for Norska though, and I tend to agree. Though Norska does lose its chieftain, that's pretty bad. Then the Ice Wolf Chariots are getting routed off, that's pretty bad. But you still have 2 Frostworms, which have never disappointed me ever, he said, sardonically? I don't know. God, those breath attacks look so derpy. What a haggard unit. True. More like Phoenix disregard, am I right? I only cried a little bit. The final trance was almost cast, then someone was knocked over. Double Frostworm are trying to fight Imric. Honestly, if Imric just turned and fought them, he would kick their ass. Because he has fire damage, and Frostworms are mega weak to fire. He turns, he fights, but the Double Frostworm is proving too much. He dives down to the Phoenix Guard. The Phoenix Guard are supporting him, and it's actually getting kind of close. The town of Torquemada fighting into the Metal Mage. Imric flying in the sky. He has no healing. That is big sad. He's trying to run away with Frostworms, but they have a slowing aura. He's trying to fight one, and whenever he hits it, he takes off like 1/4 of its damage. But he didn't hit it very often. It hit him more, and it killed him. Alright, High Elf's trying to form up into a little bit of a blob. If the Frostworms have any breath attacks, that'll be pretty huge. Otherwise, they're going to be okay. Bounce Power says the High Elves don't got this at all, but I think the Bounce Power is kind of full of shit, because Frostworms are terrible. I don't think anybody's told it that. Land Reavers getting charged in the rear will break them off, though, and that'll be pretty bad. And the High Elves have to avoid army losses above all else. Which they did not. Frostworms lining up. If they have a breath attack, this is super over. Rangers killing Spearmen. Nothing different, buddy. Morty's killing Mortys. Sudden army losses doesn't even let the High Elves fight it out, even though they actually might have won that. That's GG from Way. 2,500, 2,700, 1,300. Martyr Spearmen all got memed to death. And nice final trance. It's got 1,300 value. Imric got 2,900. Other than that, a lot of the High Elf units just died horrifically. Towns of Torquemada did okay. Fireborn did okay. War Lions, don't look at the War Lions. They're just pathetic. Great value versus brand name. Okay. Alright. Alright, everybody. Photoshop. Let's do this. We got double Dragon Bill. We'll count it. We'll count the double Dragon Shpadoop. So I need 5 artillery in one game. Miss Rat says hi to the stream. Or the mirror match. Hang on. 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 Why is the Photoshop a black screen? Hang on.
Hi, you.
Oh, Grace. 1 second. Grace? Rip! Grace is walking the dog. Rest in peace. She asked if I wanted to, and I did want to, but she's gone. Because she didn't wait 6 minutes. Also, I never check my texts when I'm streaming. So rip. Alright. Skaven versus Tomb Kings. This was a replay from a while ago. It was me versus BBB New World Order, which is BBB Serviliano. Okay. Voicemail said hi. That's true. That's true. Hello, cat. I loves you. Sven Hubo, Miss Rat is just one of his rat-like delusions. Alright. Technically, it's her. You went to snort some warpstone real quick? Nah, dude. Nah, bro. I was looking for Grace. I have seen here on stream. It counts. It doesn't count. She wasn't saying hi to the stream. Alright, I have the Pip Fighters Help Deep. I have Ikit Zap Zap, Clan Rats of Spears, Plague Priest. I have a bunch of Rat Ogres. I do have one Warp Grinder to pin down the Chariot Rush if the Chariot Rush comes into me. Throw out the Unclean Assassin, a bunch of Skaven Slaves, and I think 2 Poison Gloves. On the other side, we have the bare bones of Skeleton Warriors and Skeleton Spearmen. We do have a bunch of Nekar Horsemen. It looks like 3 of them. We have some Chariots. We have the Sphinx of Usef, Necro Sphinx. We have Arkan the Black. And double Casket of Souls. Does Elf versus Elf count as a mirror match? All elves are the same, right? Sure, Loopy. Sure. They're all the same. I immediately realize I'm outgunned by the double Casket of Souls, and I only have 1 Warp Lightning Cannon, so I immediately have to move up my entire army, which does make me a very sad rat. We're taking a bunch of... Just cast your Dark Elf Mirror. Never! Hello, little buddy. I have a meeting to chair in 7 hours. Just go. Go, Cyrus. Do what you need to. I will not give up the stream just because I am weak. Just because I am a pathetic Skaven. Throw out the Unclean. Thought about charging Arkan the Black, but then once there was infantry between him and Arkan the Black, he just decides to go for a massive side charge on Skeleton Warriors instead. Take that, you bastards. But then the Sphinx of Usep runs up on him, and that thing has anti-large and fire damage, which is bad. I do summon Rat Ogres. I was trying to catch Arkan, but Arkan does get away. Or does he? And I immediately run them right after him to trap him up. Assassin gives minus 40 melee attack to everything around here, so the Sphinx of Usep will stop kicking Throt's ass. And Throt gives this whole blob anti-large. Then I net with the Warp Grinders, keeping Arkan locked in place, while I surround him with my Rat Ogres and make sure I lock him down. Meanwhile, all my dirty, cowardly Skaven are running, and I have some Clan Rats Spears I lost, and they should have been protecting the Warp Lightning Cannon, but they weren't, because I fucked up. Now, Assassin's Trophy on Arkan the Black. He only has 26 melee defense. That's the exact equal of these melee attack these Rat Ogres that I have surrounded him with. He's surrounded by 4 units of Rat Ogres. Throt's trying to push past his own Plague Priest to get away from the Sphinx, but the Plague Priest is blocking me up real bad. So I'm trying to get out of here. The Plague Monk summon is tearing its way through a bunch of Skeleton Warriors and Skeleton Spearmen, but mostly it's just chaff, and more Clan Rats summon behind me to try to sled on the Sphinx Usep. Throt gets the fuck out of here, because he's trying to run away from that stupid Sphinx that keeps catching him. I don't know what he's stuck on, but he is stuck real bad. Okay, it was 1 horseman. So he takes a big blast in the back. He did not like that at all, and he's running away. Meanwhile, Arkan the Shitter is in the shitter. He's having a bad time. He's very low. He even Spirit Leeches my Plague Priest. Casket of Souls are still raining in, but honestly, there's not a lot left for them to really fight. Nehekara Horsemen are chasing off a whole bunch of my Skaven boys, and that's pretty bad for me. Everything's going pretty bad for me. I'm behind on the balance of power by a decent amount at this point in the game. But Arkan is still surrounded, half by Rat Ogres, half by just Chaff. He is slowly crumbling. Throt's nearby. I am trying to get Throt onto him, but there's a whole bunch here. There's a whole bunch here for everybody. This is just a blob, and the Tomb Kings are relentlessly nuking it on both sides. And I'm kind of okay with the Caskets killing everything in here. It hurts him just as much as me. Now my Skaven are rallying on the far side. I am getting together some stuff. Warp Grinder's moving back in. Over here, Arkan is very, very low, still going down a bit. I summoned Plague Monks behind him, do even more damage, and Throt's pushing in. I know I'm going to take damage, but I really need to finish off Arkan, and then I can run away and regen. Arkan's super low. What's his health? All right, he's still crumbling. He's at 140. He's at 130. He's at -6 leadership. Throt is very low in leadership, but he's doing okay in health. He is heal caps in sight. Arkan keeps fighting. He's crumbling away. He's down to sub 40 health. So he's definitely going to crumble, and my assassin's going to run in and try to finish him off for good measure. All right, Arkan's dead. Even with Arkan dead, I'm behind on the balance of power. That's how poorly this is going. I have some Poison Wind Globes trying to kill these Nehekara Horsemen, and all these slaves are trying to protect these globes and keep them in the fight. Throt's running away. Throt's just trying to regen. Plague Priest is standing around being a Mortis Engine with his Rat Ogre guards and encouraging them, and I have a full health assassin. We're chilling. With my Rat Ogre friends, I do try to fight the Sphinx of Usef with Creature Killer, get a little bit of hit and run going, but as soon as these horsemen sprint in and rout off my friends, I'm like, nope, fuck this, I'm leaving, nope, goodbye, I'm going to go regen away. I don't want to deal with you, goodbye forever. Rat Ogres are still hanging out next to the Plague Priest and Assassin. We're killing the last Skeleton Spearman. Without Arkan here to summon more or do Spirit Leech, I actually do need to just kill all his chaff, but there's no more coming. Big mass rout on the backside yet again for the Skaven. Clanrat Spears have rallied. I didn't notice them just yet. Plague Priest still fighting. Rat Ogre still fighting. Sphinx Usef, big fucking problem. Charge in. Try to get a little hit and run because Throt at this point is my only, like, good anti-large anything. I have Remoldered on him. His stats are all big, buffed, and juicy. And I do cast Warp Quake for the net, I think. Yeah, I have the net and the AoE damage, but mostly for the net so that the Sphinx Usef can't run away from my Assassin and Throt, just in case he was trying to reposition. Throt's almost healing capped. Ow, Casket of Souls, hits my Warp Grinders, they're going to rout off. We're pretty much down to just my 3 single entities. Sphinx Usef gets a massive hit onto Throt the Unclean, and I start to think I may have overstayed my welcome. He's going to hit me yet again, and I forget when, but I feel like I eventually get the fuck out of here as he hits me yet again. Yeah, I need to leave. I need to leave this situation. I'm trying to path, but Throt's dumb brood horror ass just can't figure out which way he wants to turn. So that was a bit of an overstay by me. I think I was rallying some troops in the backfield, and my screen wasn't over there just at that moment. So Throt's healing capped, pretty low. Plague Priest is full health. I'm now ahead on the balance of power, and these Casket of Souls have nothing really to shoot. They're just trying to rout off anything they can just by bombarding it, but they're not going to do good damage to really anything left. Throt comes in for a side charge on the Sphinx Usef with the Assassin, who's also still behind it, and he's still full health. Look at this little guy go. Sphinx Usef turns to Throt. Maybe if you can land a couple good hits on him, it can turn the tide of this battle, but it will die, and with it, army losses will kick in. And the double casket will lose to the Skaven, who had 3 whole people not routing. And Throt, after the battle's over, thinks about routing, which is pretty funny. But, yeah. Go, buddy, go. Alright. Boom, boom, boom. Okay. Throt the Unclean, 1,300 value. I honestly thought he would have gotten more after all that. Plague Priest, 1,400. Skaven Slaves did fine. I mean, not fine. They all died horribly. Clan Rats all died horribly. Rat Ogres did okay. Iked Zapzat did nothing. So it was really just my hero core and letting him crumble. But mostly, like, Casket of Souls had a bunch of value and ammo, and I never touched them, so I didn't get any of their value. These guys, a lot of them died to crumbling or summons. So this is one of the lowest value on my actual units there ever will be. Let's see, 1,300, so round that up to 2,000. 3,500. Skaven Slaves all got, like, nothing, so 3,500 still. Between all the Skaven Slaves and my Clan Rats, I'll go to 4,000. Between all these, I'll go to 5,000. 7,000. So I did 7,000 of his 12,000 damage. 5,000 of his funds was lost either through ammo expenditure or crumbling. think Anticity just started streaming? Maybe. Let's go see. Anticity, you streaming, bro? Nope. He's not streaming. You lied. You lied to me. Photoshop. Photoshop. Someone started streaming. Lord dies in the first 2 minutes. Swords of Chaos. Skaven. Miss Rats is high. Dow Air Force. Wood Elf take no range. Okay. Rakoth? I could have a Dark Elf mirror, but that still feels like cheating. Two of these that are left are Vampire Coasts, which I don't think I have any things left. Mercy the Mad Dwarves versus Skaven. Oh, you sent that to me to ask about your build. I don't think that's a thing for the stream. I think I just forgot to delete that. Like, it's not like it's a secret, but I don't think it was for this. Based. What? It's the what? God damn it, now I have to know. The vampire counts. Oh, yeah, Artisan used this build versus me. Okay, so it's Artisan versus Cyrus. Hey, Ed. Alright, Artisan has a degenerate blob he wants to show us. Ban Jeremy for lying. That's true. Jeremy, you've been banned for lying. Yeah, don't stream that. I got you. I got you. Ow! The double Luminarch hit on those White Kings. Oh my god. That was nice. And then there's the Steam Tank. So yeah, the builds. He just has like 5 Flagellants, 4 Spearmen. He has a Luminarch. He has a Steam Tank, a Warrior Priest, Volkmar, a Jade Wizard, and it's just a blob that sits there and kills you. On the other side, for Cyrus, we have the Dire Pack, Dire Wolves, Kerning Sun Stalkers, a bunch of skeletons, some Graveguard in here, Vlad von Karstein, double Vargulf, and 2 White Kings who are already healed up from their disaster. That's Neckbet? Fake news? Damn it! You people have very similar names. Apparently my YouTube is drunk. I looked it up. It gave me a message about 9 minutes ago that was a video from 4 days ago. Go home, YouTube. You suck. Aw. Hubby, you are worse than CNN. I just corrected it when you told me. You PE people have all your frickin' PE names that you're PE and they're PE. Yep. If I keep saying PE over again, it makes me right. Luminarch is just slamming this White King. Not letting him do anything. All we care about is Luminarch? Well, it's getting good value so far. That White King's almost dead. But here come the Vargulfs. And Artisan's done this before. It's time for double shields blob. So this is 40% damage resistance to an AoE, 20% physical resistance from Shield of Thorns, and that's a lot. In Luminarch we trust. That White King's almost healing capped already. So this Luminarch's still sitting here, falling back. It looks like we have double Soulfire Bombardment coming down. And that does some good damage, even to the Vargulfs, honestly. Luminarch's walking around, thinks about moving. The Luminarch's gonna use its bound net on that Vargulf, and then it's moving up. I don't know where it's going or what it's trying to shoot, but it's trying. It's firing. Shot the White King again. Probably wants to shoot the Vargulfs because it does fire damage and they have fire weakness, but I guess Volkmar is going to insta-kill that one, so that feels pretty good. So 1 Vargulf down. White King, heal capped. Unbreakable front line, doing fine. Doing fine. I think the Luminarch should try to turn and rip a shot at that Vargulf and finish it off. Meanwhile, these Spearmen should cover it from all those dogs that are running around in a pack. And the debuff blob is a bit of a problem. Debuff blob is a bit of a problem. So he's running around debuffing stuff. Luminarch's trying to get a shot off. It can't. It's thinking about it, but it can't. More grinding, more bumping, more grinding. More bumping. More grinding. Luminarch fired a shot, but it didn't quite kill the Vargulf. Runs a little bit. More bumping. More grinding. Net. Fight. Crumble. Run. 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 Jade Wizard's back. Heals a bit. Dire Pack of Dogs are crumbling away. Runs. Crumbles dogs. Warrior Priest fights. Crumbles things. Runs back. Luminarch's a little low. Luminarch's very low. It's gonna die maybe from the dogs. Never mind, the dogs crumble away and die. The Luminarch is fine. Zombie summon behind the Luminarch traps it in a little bit. Steam Tank's running around. Warrior Priest's running around. Jade Wizard's running around. Volkmar's doing fine. Empire Spearmen are actually beating out some of the Graveguard and zombies and that sort of thing. The Cunningers and Stalkers are going to run away. Steam Tank's still full health. Volkmar's still full health-ish. Luminarch's running around like crazy. It can still shoot Vlad. Vlad's heal cap is within sight. Vampire counts are very far behind in the balance of power at this point. Luminarch's pulling nice and far away, so it can just aim a shot and do whatever it wants. Looks like they're going to leave Vlad alone for a moment, but he is beating up Volkmar decently good. Vlad's fighting. Now there's a Steam Tank in his face. Volkmar's going to run away and get it closer to his heal cap. But Vlad goes after the Luminarch. Big, spooky Vlad running after that Luminarch. Meanwhile, his White King is going to be a little bit Left 4 Dead, and Vlad comes back to try and fight alongside the zombies. Army losses, the most powerful of all allies, comes in. Boom. Better not be any cringe elves in here. Alright. Volkmar got 4,500 value. Luminarch got about 987, even though it like killed every piece of that White King. 2,100 for the tank. Flagellants, mixed but not very high numbers. They were just killing zombies or slapping Graveguard pathetically. Spearmen were here. Vlad got 3,000 value. White King got 1,300. Graveguard did fine. Wolves did okay. Vargulfs got slapped. Slapped. What was I doing? Where was this? Ah, it was this one. It was based. Okay, back up. Go back in. Whip Ladies versus Velociraptors was just sent to me. The Omens, Haggrafe versus PE. Alright. These are the same. These are the same. Okay, so I'm deleting this because I already have this one. And I could cast it, but I won't. I will never cast anything anybody wants because I hate everyone else. Torox, not Stonks. Torox OP from that. And then Loopy sent me a mirror, but not the mirror. I will cast it. At RTK, Human Boy, yes. Saved to here. I was hoping Grace would come back from her walk so I could just have her say hi to the stream. I want to watch Kalita, you bitch. Okay, we'll watch Kalita, you bitch, and then I'll either watch the mirror or get Grace in here and we can call it a night. Watch replay. So, Photoshop. Did we get anything off that last one? Nope, nope, nope. Nope, 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 nope. Cool. So this was me versus Tretch, I think, in the finals of an Anticity tournament, and I got so fucking salty. As is my birthright. So for Tretch, he has 3 Skeleton Horse Archers. He has Kalita, double Tomb Scorpion, a Ushabti Great Bow, Tomb Guard with Halberds, Skeleton Warriors, Tomb Guard with Halberds, 1 Chariot, 1 Hekar Horseman, the Kepler Guard, and 2 Skeleton Spearmen, and a Deathcaster. For my Beastmen, I have a bunch of Centaurs, some with throwing axes, some more Centaurs, Tuskor Chariots, Bray Shaman of Wilds, Harpies, triple Spearmen, double Ungor Raider, double Razor Gore Herd, and Torox the Brass Bull. That does look like it. The Harpies are here in case of, like, carrion or something. Alright. We're just slowly advancing. I'm taking a lot of damage on these chariots, so I was going to pull back them while my front line gets set up. Yada yada. I already know what that is. He streamed that already. It's true, but it's still very funny. I kept it around for this kind of stream because I wanted to... I love shouting at my computer. It's the greatest thing. Alright, getting close-ish to a full surround. My Centaurs are going to try to take this moment to get on top of the Skeleton Horse Archers because they are slightly faster. I pull back when I realize those are Tomb Guard with halberds. I don't really want to fight them just yet. I am having a bit of a broken-up engagement. I could have been much smoother about that progression. But Chariots are now going to charge into the side of these Skeleton Spearmen, and Tomb Scorpions will immediately jump on me, and I get spooked, and I try to run away. Centaurs do not chase those Skeleton Horse Archers. I think I give them command to stop, not sure. Harpies are looming in the background, looking for their time to get on top of the Ushabti Greatbow and shut them down. Throwing axes are doing a bunch of damage to the Tomb Scorpion, and Torok's Breathbowl has had a very bad time with those Ushabti Greatbows. So I give him and the Razor Gores a command to go fight Khalida. Yay, Khalida. He does some damage there. Good for him. Centaurs break through. This is what I was waiting for the infantry to get engaged so I can move through. Centaurs trying to get on top of these Ushabti Greatbow, and then I'm gonna give one of them an order to come help Torox out because he seems to be having a bad time. And the Brave Shaman of the Wilds will come with me. Harpies are still sitting on the backfield. We're throwing some throwing axes into the Kepler Guard. I forget about a little Tuskar Chariot over here, which is RIP. But Hunger Raiders are supposedly firing at something. It looks like they're trying to hit Khalida. Torox is killing this Tomb Scorpion. Razor Gores are helping me out. Khalida is doing good work, but she's also very low. And I even cast a Traitorkin over here to do some damage to Skeleton Warriors, Nehekar Horsemen, and the Ushabti Greatbow with my Centaurs on top of them. Khalida's down to about 1,200 health, taking some damage from archers, and I overextend with Torox because I think Torox can just body her, and he does do good damage. Just half her health in one more swing, and he misses that next swing, and man, how the world would have changed if he had hit that swing. And he misses another one, but that's not really the point. So now at this point, she's not dying. I don't know what's going on. He misses another swing, which is pretty bad. He's getting Spirit Leeched. And he hits her again. This time he hits her. And she's at 182. She's crumbling just a little bit. And she rallies at 149 HP. Now my Harpies are going to get engaged on the Ushabti Greatbows. Try to take them down. Razor Gores. And the Tuskar Chariots are trying to take out this Leech Priest of Death. Torox is dead, though. And that's really bad for me. Archers get attacked by the Kepler Guard a little bit. Centaurs with Great Axes. Is this the one time the Tomb Scorpions are useful versus Chariots? Maybe. You made in your younger days. Fast forward it? No! For the people who haven't seen it, they're gonna see it. Calm down, you silly. Alright. Brave Shaman of the Wilds is running away in fear. Khalida is at 149 HP. Somehow hanging in there. Centaurs are running in, trying to finish off this Leech Priest of Death. I don't want any more freaking Spirit Leeches in. I'm still a little bit ahead on the balance power, so I'm feeling okay. Throwing axes are going burr, killing lots of stuff. Skeleton Chariots are getting a little bit worked on. And Razor Gores are back. Now, Khalida has 149 HP. I dive in under her. I do a bunch of damage. She's down to 62, 60. She was crumbling for a moment. Now she's not crumbling. And she rallies at 45 HP. Her leadership's still 21. And she's totally fine. My Harpies route off at full health. So that feels pretty cool. I really need to kill Khalida because she's currently giving her army the ability not to crumble away. Ushabti Summon, I can just run away from that. It's fine. Yeah, it's fine. We're killing some Nehekar Horsemen over here. What does she have left? Pretty full health Tomb Scorpion, Harpies, Chariots fighting my Tuskar Chariots, but they're doing okay. And Khalida still has 45 fucking health. I have a big cavalry and archer corps over here that are doing fine. I have rallied some pigs on this side. At this point, I have the Harpies back. Okay. Khalida at 45 HP has 11 leadership. She's even, like, wavering critical binding at this moment. So my Harpies come back and I decide to maybe potentially YOLO it? No. Okay, at this moment I'm fighting Skeleton Horse Archers who are out of ammo. And with some Centaurs with throwing axes trying to get them. Oh, this one. Fast forward, Elf Boy. No! This isn't! Not everybody saved this one, and it is actually a good game. I will fast forward in a second. I'm just waiting for a specific thing to happen. Hunger Raiders, waiting around, waiting to fire. Alright, Khalida's alone. I try to get her with my Tuskar Chariots and Razor Gores and all this stuff. Archers are shooting. Groghoof's a Wolf Run, running away, regenning. And I'm kind of forming a battle line, using my archers against him. His Skeleton Horse Archers are almost out of ammo. Tuskar Chariots, Razor Gores are here. They're going to try to pull away. Khalida gets down to 6 leadership. She's hanging in there. Razor Gores still running around. At this point, I YOLO the Harpies. So we're running in. And she has 45 HP, 3 leadership. -3. Negative something. She's at 12. 5. She's still surrounded by harpies, still not breaking. They miss a bunch of attacks. Then I try to give a move Artis out of here because I thought she would just crumble. And they rout, and she's still here with 12 HP. Ree, you need sleep? You can go to sleep at any time. Anyway, she's here with 12 HP. I can't fucking get rid of her. At this point, there's a big Tomb King's Force over here. I think maybe I can slip in, get some free damage on these skeleton warriors, fight these skeleton horse archers for a bit, just take out Kalita. Harpies are back. Centaurs get on top of Kalita and finally kill her. Finally. Bounce power is even. Hi, Grace. Centaurs throwing axes are here, fighting skeleton chariots. Doom Scorpions here. Brave Shaman of Wilds, casting a Traderkin as he runs. Then I do a bunch of kiting. So, shooting with archers, psycho charging with centaurs, shooting with archers, psycho charging with centaurs, shooting with archers, psycho charging with centaurs. Harpies charge in. Centaurs, archers. Alright, archers crumble away those guys. So I have some archers left. I have some centaurs left. He has one Tomb Scorpion that's not crumbling, and a Tomb Guard with halberds. And that's it. So I run away, and I'm allowing myself to get some vigor back while the archers engage, because they're just running forward to shoot. Traderkin hits both things. Archers are shooting these unshielded boys. I'm running away, trying to get my vigor back. Alright, we're out of ammo. 900. What do you think of Hubby, getting Hubby to play Stay DRB Arcade? I'm probably not going to play that one. That was too political. That one's just not a good idea at all. Alright, I try to get a finals round and just get in there, get some rear charges, some cycle charges in, but these fucking centaurs immediately tear her out. Tomb Scorpion's here, crumbling, but he gets a good hit onto my Brave Shaman, which terror routs him off, and now the archers are piling in, and they rout off and I lose. But man, that was a close one. And Tretch ended up beating me in that best of 3. Fucking Kalita. Hi, Bubs.
Hi.
Can you come here?
I'm here.
Yeah, Nick, you're here.
Hi.
If you say hi to the stream, I can end the stream.
Oh, hello, stream.
Okay. Miss Rat said hi to the stream, so I can cross that off and I get a bingo. Yay, bingo! Thanks, Grace. Alright. Nice. Aside from that, that replay didn't get me much of anything. Yeah. But I can still cross off Kalita, you bitch. Though I do love seeing that every time I scroll through my replays. Alright. We did a lot of replays. We got pretty caught up. We were falling behind on that. Aside from that, political, it's about, like, you've shown me screenshots where it's like talking about Donald Trump and it's talking about North Korea, and it's just, that's just not a bright thing to play. Alright, I'm leaving. I'm leaving forever. Good luck, everybody else. Thank you for joining the stream